How it do, how it be, how it is, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. I'm very, very, very excited to be jumping into tonight's episode of Cabin 6 with the Dual Masters. I'm hyped. This will be episode 5 of our summer series, of which there are 4 of the summer series, of which there are 2 different summer series, one on Monday and one on Tuesday. And that's when we're in our off season, where I hand the reins over to amazing creators such as you see before me to bring in also amazing creators to come in and play for a roughly 8 episode thing while I recap and get ready for the new season. The new season begins in August, and I'm very, very, very excited. We're going to be doing 4 campaigns. All of this is up on the YouTube if you want to get caught up, if you want to see other summer series stuffs. There's a lot. If you're fiending for the D&D, for the tabletop shenanigans, we've got your fix over on the YouTube. And of course, if you want to join our community, we are as chaotic as we are wholesome. You can find that said community on the Discord. Most importantly, we have bingo. Everybody loves the bingo. We got a campaign related bingo. There's no prize. It's just super fun. Came to being in a summer series, I think 2 years ago, and it's kind of trickled out into other campaigns and other channels and stuff like that, and it makes me happy. Yeah, there's a Patreon if you want to help me out further. We just hit partner on Twitch, which is wild. And we're getting that good ad revenue from the YouTube as well, so we're cranking right along. Once again, I'm Survivor, a humble dungeon master on the Longshot table. I'm gonna throw it over to the Dual Masters Guide. Take it away, James.
That's me. Hi, I'm James, also known as Hugger Mugger on the internet, and one half of Dual Masters Guide, your DMs for this adventure. We would like to start off the evening by reminding everyone this is a horror campaign, and scary, spooky stuff does happen, and people will die. If you're worried about how they might die or what might happen around them, go ahead and check out the content warnings. They're there for your safety. If there's anything on that list that you think is going to upset you tonight, please take a break, enjoy yourself, visit tomorrow for the Tuesday night stream, but, come back when it's safe for you, and we'll see you then. And I'll hop it over to my fellow DM, Kiki.
You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster?
It was cute.
Anyway, hi. My name is Kiki. You can find me all over the internet. Kiki does stuff, or Kiki does stuff, or Kiki do stuff right here on Twitch. I'm vibing, other half of Dual Masters Guide, and I'm so ready to kill some more fictional children. That is a correction that I have to say in real life. Otherwise, people will look at me weird. I'm gonna throw it to. Let's see who's ready. Kate looks like she's gearing to go. So.
Oh, I'm messing with my camera a little bit. I'm staring at myself intently. Hey y'all, my name's Kate. You can find me online at the Cloudy Kate on Instagram, TikTok, whatever Twitter-esque platform is being used nowadays. I have no idea. I'm a cosplayer, a TTRPG player, a actor and performer, a avid reader. Super excited to be here for this horror game. I crave the horror so much. So we'll see if they can bring it. So far, they are. I also will be joining the new season of Bayonet that was announced pretty recently as a brand new character, which is super exciting. A couple of things. If you are in the Arkansas area, July 19th in Bentonville, I will be at a fantasy ball playing Nesta Archeron. Estrella Fantasy events, tickets are still available. And I don't think I've officially been announced as part of this cast, but their announcements are about to go out. In Orlando on October 18th, Morai's Sister Boutique is putting on a Halloween party ball thing, and I will be there as one of the cosplay guest performers.
Cool.
Doing a brand new Halloween cosplay, which is going to be a lot of fun. Tickets are very limited. They go on sale July 18th. Cool. I play Zior Henriksen, and she's a rich bitch. Passing it over to Hannah.
Hello, it's me, Hannah Harper, also known as Hannah Plays D&D literally everywhere on the internet. If the name's not there, then neither am I. I'm a professional dungeon master and content creator for D&D and TikTok. You got Instagram, Twitch, doing weird shit. You can find me doing cool stuff. Like I'm doing D&D Castle in 2 weeks. I'm not panicking about that at all. We're gonna be totally fine. You can find me over on Madaloon's channel on Sundays playing Revenge Bent Vampire. And you can find me in other places causing chaos all the time. I also confirmed today that I am doing a panel at Gen Con, which is kind of fun. You can find me at the 12 o'clock slot doing stuff with the Panic Table. So if you want to see me play a game called Party Crashers, which is also a horror campaign, people just love to scare me. I don't know what it is, but you can find me there. Additionally, I'm also going to be running games at Gen Con. I'm running Bloodfields of Mistra. So if you guys want to be part of a 75-person game that is 75 people playing the Hunger Games essentially in space, then keep an eye out on my channel. I'm playing Robbie Lombardi, certified punk kid and taxidermy enthusiast. Fun fact about Robbie is actively in withdrawal. Not from drugs or anything like that, but they're at the time of this, they were in their like 3-week Minecraft phase, and they only got 1 week in before they were sent to camp. So they're feeling a little bit twitchy. They're craving the music. They're having a bit of a rough time. The roof's not done. The garden's not done. They haven't collected all the things that they want, and the server is still running. So they can't wait to get back to it. I'm gonna pop it on over to, let's go Smiley.
Well, hello. I'm King Smiley. You call me King, call me Smiley, call me whatever you want, so long as I like it. I'm here on Twitter's something with a T. Twitch, there you go. And the TikToks. I'm on so many things that starts with a T, it gets confusing. Anyway, today I am playing Elijah Blanco. I almost drowned. Yeah, that's a fun thing. Fun fact about Elijah, I learned code and read real young. I didn't learn from a book. I kind of used YouTube. It's like, okay, how do I do this? So I don't really know how to code. Somehow it works. Don't know how it works. I made a code to turn on my lights. Still don't know how that works. Yeah, I just kind of be like, hey, if you want to figure this out, go ahead. Might no longer work if you do something though. I'll bump it over to Valmax.
I just imagine the gifted kid from like Drumline who didn't know how to read music but could still play really well.
Absolutely.
That's the vibe I got from
Yes.
that. Hey everybody, it's me, Andy. I'm back to play Patty O'Shaughnessy. Fun fact, did you know that Blue Agate is great for calming and soothing certain situations? Don't know why I'd need that today, but I have it, so don't you worry. Anyway, if you want to see more of me outside of this wonderful, horrifying, traumatizing game, you can find me over on TikTok. I make little goofs and gags about D&D and other TTRPG related content. And also I'm in a few other games. I'm over on Mr. Dandy DM's channel in Our Flag Means Doom, a pirate-themed 5e campaign. I am over in Star Progeny, which is a Lantra campaign where we fight big robots over on Saturday Morning Spell Kids. And then I'm also, as Fef and Kate mentioned before, here on Bayonet come August. So really looking forward to that.
To play with you,
and looking forward to James and Kiki totally not icing us today. That'd be great. Wouldn't it?
All right, and let's finish it off with an introduction from the one, the only Fef on which character you're playing.
Oh, yeah, I'm playing Jensen, just the shell-shocked kid who likes fire. Robbie got fucking decked by a jock, and I Jensen can't let that stand. But Jensen's scrawny, Jensen tiny, but Jensen have teeth. He's a little scrappy. He's a little scrappy dude. So he got in there, and that's where we left off last with him. Back to the DMs.
Speaking of where we left off, I believe we have a volunteer who was going to give us a recap. Kate.
Yep. All right. So time to do a dramatic reading of my 10 pages of notes from last session. All right. So we started off kind of after we all were round up the morning after our dear cabin pet, friend Tabitha was murdered brutally in the middle of the woods. We were put on probation for a week, which means essentially we were just under house arrest. Miss Beth came and picked up Tabitha's things, found some contraband in the form of lip gloss from me, Dior, and then some taxidermy, weird spiders in a book.
Teeth.
That's what it was. Great.
Look, don't knock it till you try it.
I might. Miss Beth, we were like, Tabitha died, and they were like, what? No, her family picked her up. Miss Beth came, the head of security came and claimed that she picked Tabitha up from the cabin in the middle of the night, then brought her to the admin building where she was then given her belongings and taken to the airport for a family emergency. Elijah decided to make a friendship bracelet for Tabitha because using complete denial, Miss Crystal, the camp counselor, came by to give us a group therapy session, and we did not let her in. And she did not come in. Is she a vampire? Maybe we'll find out this session. Dior is using her right to remain silent, which is great. Once all of the authority figures went away, we, Robbie and Dior, finally revealed the piece of paper and cassette tape that they found buried in the woods with a screaming, weird, scream child. And on it, the piece of paper is written, "Sammy is missing, meeting Riley at the island, tell our story," with this cassette tape. Oh, wow, that is so overexposed because my printer ran out of ink. The evidence. Yeah.
Exhibit A.
The cassette tape says Rock makes 6/14/17. Then we started kind of looking around the cabin. I forget exactly who it was, but the words "Indy was here" were scratched on the wall. I believe someone found this. And then there was a monster under the bed. Crazy. Another screaming, like, black-eyed child. And
they're after me.
Tried to pull Robbie. And weird thing about all of this, whenever these things show up, same with when the Indy was here was seen, everything gets cold and fuzzy and like cicadas in our ears. Really odd stuff happening. Jensen is super attached to Robbie. That's crazy. A bunch of stuff happened that night. It's not just us, sneaking out and a friend dying. Apparently cabin 2 is also getting in fights. Yeah, Jensen now has a bottle of Axe body spray. There's triangle scratches on the walls. I think those are in the same code that are on the cassette tape. We spent a week just kind of hanging out, doing whatever. Oh, and then it's Lake Day. Lake Day happens where all of the cabins go to the lake. Dior has a genius plan to make it to Wake Island, which is where we deduced that something was happening or something had happened there based on the note that we found. Jensen and Robbie very bravely decide to go and help get cabin 2, the very violent cabin, to cause a distraction, while Dior, Patty, and Elijah canoed out to Wake Island. On the way, we got attacked by some water monsters, and kelp seaweed were dragged under. We managed to free ourselves. Patty and Dior resurfaced. Elijah decided to swim further underwater and into a submerged cave where he found a note that looked a bit like this, written in that note. There we go. That looked like that. Yeah, you got the props. Mine are all
looks dope too.
Odd. And a codex. And we left off there. Oh, also at some point, I think 3 of us pulled jokers, and the other 2 would have, if not for some really timely shuffles. So, yeah, all of us almost pulled a joker.
Yeah, it's true. Chat
And
saved
I would
me.
have
That was
gone away
Nordic.
with it too.
If it weren't
Yeah,
for those
wasn't
meddling
like meddling
nieces.
kids.
So if you're wondering what to do with all those points you're accumulating, check out the rewards, because a really those shuffles and those everythings can come in handy. A +1 card pull is not always a bad thing. It could be a good thing. It gives us more opportunities to succeed. Also more
And
opportunities
also
to
bring them
fail.
closer to death.
Mess
I
with
like
us.
+4s.
I like +4.
I hate it here.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
scared.
Just maybe hold off on shuffling if we've already pulled our Joker, because then oh wait, no, if we pull a Joker, we already have to shuffle.
Yeah,
Never
I
mind.
shuffle, yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. People who
Hey,
know what they're doing, take it away.
Thank you so much for the recap. And as a thank you, the DMs would like to offer you -1 to any card pull tonight. You get to choose when.
I like the golf.
Little golf clap.
Small
that
little
being
round
said,
of applause.
We left off with our players in a couple different places. 2 of them on the beach, 2 of them hustling it back into their canoe as they breached next to it, and 1 underground in the stale and yet fresh air of a seafood-covered trash hole. Elijah, where you are sitting, you were able to deduce that there is a hole in the ceiling, like where light is streaming in. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to find the objects that you were currently holding. And you are able to deduce that that's probably a way better way out than back out into the water that you're unsure of how deep you're out.
Yeah.
Funny enough, despite how deep you felt in the water, that hole leads upwards and it can't be more than 3 or 4 feet up.
Well, Elijah finds and grabs the things that, he thinks are part of the whole mystery going on, because he sees the same kind of codes that he got from the cassette tape. So he grabs those and then I guess starts climbing.
And climb you do. It is fairly easy for you to escape from the hole, and as you exit out the top of this crumbling sort of root structure of a tree, you see the bright sunlight above you and Wake Island out in front of you, which is a small sort of rock and dirt mixture in the middle of this lake area. And you can actually see, not too far out, the sight of 2 of your cabin mates climbing back into a canoe.
Guys. Guys.
I am like immediately jerk around to see, and I'm just like kind of like my vision's going from Elijah on the island back down to the water to Elijah on the island, and I'm like, how did you hey, hang on, we're coming.
Is that Elijah?
Guys.
I totally thought he died because he didn't. Huh. Okay.
Please help me, Ro.
Fine. And she actually, not like the little she was doing, she's actually gonna help him, Ro.
She has to help Ro, otherwise it will take longer for someone else to be here to help Ro. You 2 are able to row over to the island. Patty, your confusion is well warranted because you're not that far from Wake Island, where you were pulled under. But even so, how could Elijah get there that fast? Why are none of you bleeding from the nose, mouth, or ears? You should have had the bends with how far deep you felt down into the water. You should have had the bends just going down there, let alone coming back up. Nonetheless, you're all fine, maybe a little slimy, as those of you who were touched by the creatures in the water can feel a slick sort of seaweed-smelling, clear, almost very translucent slime, which is drying rapidly on you, almost like sunscreen.
Wait,
I'm trying to
Patty,
get some of this off. Yeah.
don't even do that. It's gonna do wonders for your pores, I swear. Like a good seaweed scrub. Wait, do your priorities. Okay.
I'm gonna let you try it.
Mhm.
You tell me how that goes. And I'm rubbing this stuff off of my arms and anywhere else it might be on me. And I'm climbing onto this island.
No, you're gonna thank me if you listen, which you are not great. Okay, Lanto.
You are able to climb up onto the island. And as the three of you come to a meeting there, I'm going to flash over to the beach for a moment,
Oh God.
where there is a full-on melee happening. Um, you were able to bribe Robbie, a duo of cabin 2 boys, with
Almost
some
too well.
it was almost too easy. And not waiting for the actual instructions you were going to give them, because attention span is not what they were hoping for. You were socked in the face immediately by Boone, a very large, very rotund but broad cabin 2 boy. He has like crew cut blonde hair and like a smattering of uneven freckles.
Of course, his name is Boone.
His name is Boone.
Of course it is.
Boone and his friend Taylor, who is much skinnier but also has much longer arms. After Boone punched you, they immediately went at each other because Taylor started shouting, "No, we were supposed to fight." But Boone was like, "It didn't say anything about," and they just started fighting about who they were supposed to fight. At which point, other people from Cabin 2, which seems like a very volatile cabin, did jump in on the fun. And there is now the sound of whistles and counselors yelling. You have been socked in the face, and you can feel some.
Oh,
bright,
I'm bleeding from my nose. Just like I imagine, just like sucker punch right here, just immediately ripping into the sand,
and
turning it a whole bunch of different colors.
I believe you jumped onto someone's shoulders and bit down.
Oh yeah.
You hear in the crowd of bodies now mashing together, Taylor scream. As he's like, "No, it's Kyle! Kyle's got rabies!" And the kids continue their fight.
Yeah, I'm grabbing hold of a leg. Like, if Jensen bit Taylor, I've got Taylor's shin.
I feel like I'm
like just
ragdolling.
holding on to it.
I feel like it's just feet in the air. Just latched onto this dude and like on his collarbone. Just.
I will ask for a card pool from each of you so we can see how you are getting on in the fight.
So how's it going, Robbie?
Doing
that's
okay.
A 10 for
We're
Robbie.
doing fine.
And
I know like there's a little point on the knee that if I like press it hard enough, it like buckles.
Sorry.
That's what I imagine Robbie does.
That's a number card. Veth pulled a mystery card first.
I pulled a.
Oh, I do have a +1 actually.
It says, if you shed tears when you miss the sun, you also miss the stars. Now, I also have.
Get that shit out of here.
I also have a +1. I assume I'm pulling that now.
Yes, you are.
4.
All right, you're both doing fairly well. Despite the injury that started this fight, Jensen has just been on top of someone's shoulders the whole time, and I have to imagine you've jumped from shoulder to shoulder, rolling over the top of kids to take a snap at a couple. And Robbie, you hit the deck as soon as you got hit, and from there you had like the low ground to start pulling legs.
Army crawling my way around.
Jensen, I do believe that you fall off of the shoulders of the kid who is right in front of Robbie, which means you two are together in the melee.
I see you. We should run.
Run.
Okay.
like spits a little bit of blood into the ground so it like congeals into like one of those like little mounds, and then I'm booking it after Jensen.
We will cut from you to our friends on the shore of Wake Island who have now gathered up. Are you all going to discuss things on the island quickly, or are you going to get back in the canoe and get out of here before something in the water can find you?
Elijah, where'd you go? We need to like look around and look for clues, I guess.
I got clues. Let me just.
Oh, you got.
I need to catch my breath.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, by all means. We have nothing else going on right now.
I'll glance over to the beach, see like a dust cloud starting to form. Like, but you know, maybe quicker breaths if you can. Just a tad.
Okay.
Are you?
There was a hole down there. I got into that to escape. After cutting whatever that was that dragged me. I originally thought I saw Tabitha, to be honest. I thought she was in the water.
Wait, I thought I saw like seaweed monsters.
Was that what it was? I don't know.
I
It
don't
kind of
know.
happened
Patty.
so fast.
Patty, what were they? You're the expert.
So above table,
Okay.
were those things visually similar to what killed Tabitha?
They were
they-
not.
Okay.
So they were visually similar only in the sense that there was some
Water.
essence to them that didn't feel earthly. So they were both freaky weird and creatures that shouldn't exist, but otherwise no real similarities other than the fact that the things that killed Tabitha had sort of aquatic features, and these obviously had aquatic features.
I mean, I'm not gonna venture a guess here. I really don't know what those things are. I'm getting thrown curveballs ever since we got here.
They were able to talk. They could talk. That was weird.
I heard that.
You said you found something. Do you think like that's
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
we need to find? Should we keep
Um,
looking? How big is this island?
Oh, it's very small. There's as you stand on it, you realize there's really only like 3 trees here. And it looks like Elijah has crawled up out of the roots of one of them.
It's maybe
uh,
like 10 feet in diameter.
okay.
Oh,
Elijah
15 on
basically-
low tide.
It is
Elijah
brackish.
finally stands up from off the the shore and goes like, okay. I climbed up from up there. There was a hole underwater it was a cave thing. Anyway, I found this in there. Waterlogged paper with the same symbols on the cassette tape. And also these triangles.
Triangles was on the tape.
Wait, what? What?
You see that?
I think
Well, those are the alphabet.
I haven't really had a time to look at it. I've been kind of spitting up water.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look back at the beach. Does it seem like the counselors have noticed that we're now just standing on this island because apparently you can see right on it?
Well, you can see right to the beach, but it's not like it's like a distance, and
Mhm.
this is not out of bounds. Kids are allowed to make it to Wake Island. You just weren't allowed to go behind it where you wouldn't be visible any longer. So yeah, you can see people on the beach. Mostly you can see counselors whistling and like waving kids in from the water because it looks like that fight on the beach is currently being broken up, or attempted to be broken up, which means that the counselors are trying to get a hold of everyone as quickly as possible.
We should go before they try to round us up.
Okay.
Are you good to like paddle? Do you just want to like sit in the middle and Patty and I can paddle?
I mean, I prefer it, but we should all just hurry up and paddle together
Yeah, let's go.
to get there.
Got it.
Like,
We'll
give me
take
back the
care of it.
stuff. I have the jacket. They never search me.
I'll give
Wait, I can
I'll
put that
give
in my
Elisha
bikini
that.
top. No one will go for it there.
how about you hide the key, you hide the note, you fold it up real tight.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get the note.
I'm just
I
gonna
get
fold the like I'm wearing like a camp t-shirt over my like bathing suit, bikini, whatever, and I'll just fold a piece of paper, put it in one side. How is this accurate size?
It's a fairly accurate size, like the peg
All
gates that you
right,
get at
so-
Cracker Barrel.
That's not gonna
Give me. I
that's
have a
really
jacket.
blocky.
I have a jacket.
Shove
They
it in your
never search-
pants.
Okay, give me that. Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
Uh,
I mean
Inside my
that will
jacket.
work. That will work. I've heard stories about crooks hiding stuff in undesirable areas to avoid getting
Oh, it's-
detected.
They're not hiding stuff in their pants. They're like all the way up there.
I
Oh
was kinda
god.
Let's get back
I
to
was
the
kinda-
beach.
I was kind of keeping it PG, but yes, I understand.
Why? We're all like almost oh well, I'm almost
I'm 15.
Oh.
Anyway, let's get in the boat.
Okay.
You all climb into the canoe and start making your way back, I suppose. Jensen and Robbie, you two have been able to climb yourselves mostly out of the melee, and you are fairly near to the shoreline. You realize as you've climbed out, Robbie, you can feel wet sand under your hands.
Oh no. I immediately realizing that my back is to the water, snap my head back around, kind of wide-eyed.
I jump.
You see a face reflected in the water at you.
Robbie stumbles back and falls.
Dior, from where you're at the head of the boat, you watch Robbie fall back at the sight of your reflection as you approach and beach the canoe.
What are you doing now?
I'm like actively, I have like blood stains down my front. I kind of get hold of my breath as I realize the face in the water is Dior, rather than anything else. And Robbie goes, "Oh, okay.
Are you? Oh God, you're like.
Yeah, we're fucked
really,
up.
Yeah, you two look like really messed up. Oh my God.
I'm picking up Robbie. Wait.
Why did you start fight? What?
I didn't do it. I paid them to start a fight. I didn't realize they started a fight with me. It punched me in the face, and here we are. I think I broke my nose. It's like turned in the wrong direction.
Ooh.
It's like got a hell of a bump. Does it look like hard? Am I cool? Is it cool? Do I look good?
I'm gonna pick you up.
Dior, you gotta be honest with me.
Okay.
Dior, please. I need your fashion advice
We almost
here.
died. We
Oh,
can chat
well-
later.
Okay.
Not where there's not so many prying ears.
Hey,
Well, I can.
Robbie, how about we both go to the nurse?
Do you want to go to the nurses? Yeah,
Yeah,
you look
both
like
of us.
shit, dude. What happened?
It's a good thing I know how to swim. Let's go.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of furrow their eyebrows and follow Smiley, I guess, to go find a nurse or something.
I'll look
Kind of
to.
hold
So,
back.
some of you are attempting to get off the beach without being noticed.
Yeah.
There is a
Yeah.
crowd of counselors surrounding what was the fight, which is now being broke up. You guys can see that Joey is currently you all were confused that the asthmatic guy kept being made to break up fights, but you can finally see that while he is chest heaving right now, he is currently holding Boone and Taylor in headlocks
Let's go.
and pulling them back away from the fight. Hefting a heavy load, as it were, but he is doing his best. And you can see that Baron is currently at the edge of the fight looking, and it looks like she's looking specifically for all of you.
Yeah, shit.
Robbie has to be directed to where they're going because they're trying to keep their nose up in the air. So they're like,
No, you
holding a
look
hand
down.
out.
Look down. Don't look up. Look down. You'll
I'm choking on it.
Clot. You'll get a blood clot. Look
Right,
down.
it's down.
Let it
What
drain.
happened?
It seems
What
counterintuitive.
Oh, hey.
Boone punched me in the face.
Yeah, we're going to the nurse's office, okay?
Does my
Okay.
nose?
He-
Is
yeah.
my nose fucked up?
She kind of
Baron,
grabs
you
your
gotta
head
tell
and
me.
tilts it up.
Oh, okay.
It's
So we
not-
are going up. It's not down. Okay.
Yeah, well, you gotta make sure that the bone's not broken. Okay, I think you'll live, but you're definitely gonna need to stop that flow right there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's broken. Doesn't look broken.
Hey,
Okay.
we'll go to the nurse's office just in case.
Yeah, I'll. Joey, are you okay here?
Yeah, I got these two. They started it.
Okay. I'm gonna
stop.
I gotta take Robbie and Jensen to the nurse's office.
And Elijah.
Do we still have rabies shots available?
Yeah, Tyler got in. Sorry, Kevin got in there, and I'm pretty sure that guy. It's definitely syphilis.
Kyle does have rabies. Kevin has syphilis.
Isn't that the same thing? I thought they were
No,
synonyms of each
no,
other.
That's very
No?
different. That is very
What?
different.
What is
Sorry.
syphilis? Is walking.
You can ask that
So
to
it's
the
when
nurse.
That's a
You-
nurse question.
Dior starts explaining syphilis on their way.
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
god.
You all watch.
That sucks, dude. Do you know this from personal experience, Dior?
No, I'm a child.
Oh. Well, but
Yeah, my aunt
let's
does
not
have it.
let's not get
Guys.
crazy, all right? You understood that criminals shove things up their ass before, all right?
They do what now?
As
Okay,
you guys
you know what?
begin
It's
to
like
walk
going around.
Call it a
away,
prison pocket.
those of you going to the nurse's office, or I suppose all of you if we're traveling as a group, you feel eyes on you. More than just people staring, like they feel the cold chill of a stare piercing the back of your skull.
All of us?
Yeah.
Above the table, does anything, based on the thing that you sent me, start to hurt? Is this like a proximity situation?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say it starts to ache a little, yeah.
Robbie grabs their arm and just kind of holds it a little bit closer. That's all you're getting.
Fair enough. Okay.
Hmm.
So
You guys continue as normal.
Swivel around, see.
Yeah, I was gonna take a look around.
Yeah.
You do see eyes on you as per normal. There are children who are just curious as to what the fuck just happened. There's some counselors that are like trying to make sure their kids don't get blood on them, make sure that they're okay and not in the fight. There's some of them that are still trying to wrangle their kids from the pond and make sure they're not drowning each other. But you do notice that you've caught the attention of both of the directors, Miss Alice Brunton and Miss Brunton, the older lady, and just they kind of watch you as you walk away. You watch the older lady just kind of like take down her sunglasses, and these piercing blue eyes just stare at you before pushing them back up and turning back towards them.
yes, Elijah.
I turn around and throw up seaweed and be like, okay then, anyway.
Wait, like toss it in the air, like
It's just
out
been
your mouth.
sitting in
Oh,
there.
no.
You've just kept it in there, dude.
It's
The whole time.
you walk to your
Like a
parents'
magician in
house.
like the handkerchiefs.
Director Brunton, I threw up.
Okay.
From my mouth. I
Slimy.
throw it up from my mouth.
We don't have Constitution
I've been-
saving throws in this game.
I've been trying to hack that up for the last
Pull me one card
no problem.
to see how well you handled not only having this in your mouth, but spitting it out.
That should have
Just deep throating seaweed here,
It's
guys.
the clown trick.
Oh.
Prison pocket all over again.
I don't think I ate doing this sushi right.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me just double check my guidelines.
That's
Clown
okay.
trick where you pull
Supposed
the
to be rice
streamer.
involved at some point.
And for my next trick,
Oh, that actually does work. King, outside force enters play. Okay. So you go to like cough up seaweed, whether or not you had it planned there or whatever, and it comes out,
External.
but it's not all the way out.
Ah!
To grab it and keep pulling it out. You feel it like tickle in the back of your throat, down to the little paddle between your lungs and your esophagus. You feel a slight tug in the bottom of your rib cage where your stomach would be. And then finally, with like one last you get it all out, and there's just a pile of seaweed. Sorry, there's a pile of kelp. Important distinction. Very different. Kelp stays in one piece.
Gotcha. So I feel like while I was just taking it out, at one point I just like started just pulling out with one hand and just started going like wildly trying to tap for someone like, hey.
Ow.
Yeah, you were choking. You're actively choking. It's like when you're having string cheese and one side just goes a little too far and you can't get it out and you have to choose between
Oh.
cheese or death.
Me every
I know
day,
that
cheese
choice.
or death.
Lactose intolerant people
That's a weird
rise.
thing for a
Yo.
mortician to say. Sorry, continue.
Cheese or death.
I'm sorry.
Me trying to take a lunch break. Got it.
Okay.
Cheese or death.
I don't have enough time. Got death
James
to do.
deciding if he wants to eat in the office or go across the street, cheese or death.
I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Sorry, continuing. We've gotten off track.
Yeah. I really need to go to the nurse. Severely.
We're all going. We're all going. Why? What did you do? Why did you get punched? Okay.
Are
You
you
see that
victim
Baron-
blaming?
Don't look at me. Boone. Man's got
Okay,
anger
but-
issues.
That's fair.
Not very nice to victim blame.
I kind of like go over to Patty, trying to hold myself on Patty, and I just kind of whisper into Patty's ear, "How long was I down there?"
Like, first things first, Patty will absolutely let him like lean on his shoulder. Like, clearly he's been through it, and Patty will, well, me and Dior were down there. Golly, it had to have been like almost a minute and a half.
Huh.
Felt like I was gonna explode by the end of it, but you were pulled in way before we were. Like, maybe like 2 minutes.
Right. Don't get caught by those things. They apparently stuff you full of kelp.
I'm not planning on it, pal. Let's just get you to the nurse, all right? Like,
I should have stayed with Robbie. Robbie's right. I hate the water.
I'm starting to hate the water too, pal.
So, your group heads to the nurse's office, flanked by Baron, and eventually Joey does reappear, hoofing it behind the tail end of your group. No new injuries on him. It looks like he survived this round. Better than you all did. But you all are seen to by the nurse. Robbie, your nose is painfully reset. It's not broken, but it was crooked.
Oh, God.
A very nice nurse hands you a lollipop afterward.
Sorry, does this have gelatin or anything like that in it?
She looks at you like, I don't know. Like,
I'm pretty sure that they have some of the sugar-free ones we just got. The ones that are supposed to be good for your teeth or whatever.
Yes, thank you. Kind of holding it up and kind of sniffing it a little bit dubious, but then popping it into my mouth.
it tastes
I've
like
had
a
a
pretty
long
good
day.
lollipop.
Yeah, I'm
It
finally
tastes
getting
like
the
it
taste of
doesn't
blood
have
out of
artificial flavors.
Yeah, it
health.
tastes like cherry
Oh.
and honey.
Red 40.
It tastes like a cough drop.
I'm Arabic. What are you doing there?
Robbie's food torture continues. Elijah, you are seen to by the nurse. She kind of looks you up and down and says, "Oh, fell in the lake, huh? Swallowed a bunch of water.
More than water.
There's not much else in there. There's not even fish."
There's no
But-
fish.
Well, I mean, like there's tadpoles and stuff. But there's probably some minnows in there.
Oh, did you get a minnow?
That was
They're
not a
the
minnow.
worst. Can't cough them out. They just kind of flop around for a while. Hell.
I hate that.
Me
I
too.
hate that.
It was unpleasant.
Yeah. No. I
Did
don't.
we see any other like any fish or anything?
What do you mean?
Like when we were underwater, we just saw some kelp. Like,
You saw kelp. You saw things flashing by in the silt at the bottom, like bone white objects and things like that. That's about it.
because it's a man-made lake, right?
You're unaware at the moment.
Oh, and of course, there was the big serpentine thing that was there too.
Yeah,
Hard to
there were
forget.
There were
Hard
a
to
couple of
forget.
those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hate to Dragon Dash.
Elijah, once you are checked out as well, you are also given a choice of a regular Dum Dum lollipop or a very healthy alternative lollipop.
Which one has the most sugar?
The Dum Dum.
Give me the dum dum.
You get a root beer barrel flavored lollipop, and
Let's go.
Those were
Uh,
ass.
Meanwhile, mine tastes like quinoa or something along those lines.
If I ever see you in person again, we're fighting.
Which one?
He knows Mr. Pfeffery.
That's
The
fair.
root beer ones are the best ones. Anyway,
No, the butterscotch are actually the best ones, but we're not going to start a fight here,
fair
okay?
enough.
Absolutely not.
Everyone has their
We're
choice.
not.
That's
As soon
the
as this
incorrect
stream is
Raspberry,
off the
baby.
air-
Hey, from the corner, just strawberry.
A strawberry.
It's a
So-
classic.
Your counselors begin to walk you back to cabin 6. It looks like security has ramped up. You can see other cabins with lights on and people inside. From cabin 2, you hear the distinct shouting of Coach Hall, who is pissed at Taylor and Boone for starting a fight, and is laying into them inside verbally as you guys walk by.
I shoot daggers towards Boone as I go by, and I literally just go. While
You see
I'm
several people
walking
try to
past.
hold Boone back. He's ready for round 2.
I've been staring at Baron this whole time. Not in a weird way, just like I clearly have a question, but like I don't want to like
Like that you say, not in a weird way, but it's canonical that Jensen doesn't blink.
in an eerie way, in an unsettling way, but not in a creepy way. It's just a lot of just.
Just after a while, like, oh, hi, Jensen. Are you okay?
Hello. Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Are you hurt?
Am I hurt?
Jensen,
I don't
you
think
Did
made
I'm
it
Kyle
out
bite you?
No, no one bit me.
Okay.
Jensen, you did make it out unscathed. Your card pool proved that.
Hell yeah. I just kind of like look around a little bit and like take like a little tiny step towards Baron. I have a question, but it feels mean.
She like looks around like, do we have to step away kind of thing? Is this about other people? Oh, okay. And she drops down to like a squat, kind of your level, and just like, okay, what's up?
You're an adult, which means you could be anywhere you wanted to be. You could leave at any time. Why are you here when clearly people don't like you?
Oh my god.
Unblinking.
You get the sense that Baron was sitting here like getting ready to prep you for like the taxes and economics like crash course in like 5 minutes as best she could, and then you get to the point.
I can
where
see that
she's-
you
where
see
you-
it.
What do you what
Well, there must
what do
be
you
a
mean
reason
people
why
don't
you stay.
like me?
Well, like people are like looking at you sideways or not looking at you at all, and then you kind of note that and you kind of stand there and bear it and you just stand up under it. But you don't have to. You could just. Why are you here? What's the thing that's more important?
Oh God, this is embarrassing. A 13-year-old clock shit. Okay. I don't
Also,
think
I'm glad
everybody.
you're here. You seem. I mean, I wish none of us were here. Really, this has been a horrible
Oh.
experience. But
Oh, oh God. Oh, did I do something?
no, just like people died.
She like holds on to that. Like, didn't you go to therapy? But like you see her like visibly confused as like we thought we pushed past this narrative, but clearly Miss Crystal has more sessions to go through. I don't. Hey, no one died. I'm pretty sure we
Tabitha
would all
died.
know about it if people. Tabitha's home.
That's not the important part right now.
Okay.
I mean, it is the
I
important part
feel like that's
ultimately in like
pretty
the grand
important.
scheme of
You
things,
seem-
but it doesn't pertain to my question. Why do you stay when there's distance? When there's pushback? When you don't it doesn't seem like you feel like you like being here. So why are you here?
I do like being here. I came back here of my own volition. Volition means my choice, by the way.
Oh.
I-
Volition.
I come back here because I like helping other people. But I don't want anybody to be in the place that I was anymore. And it's really hard and it's confusing when you're a kid. And I don't think everybody hates me. This is new, honestly. It feels like maybe they got a little upset that I didn't join them for like campfire night or something. It probably just because I was sitting with you guys during probation, so I probably missed out on some inside joke, or maybe they're pulling a prank. Like,
Patty, do you smell that? Smells like bullshit.
oh my God, Jensen, language.
Okay, I didn't say that.
You see, Joey
You're
has
fine,
been at
Patty.
Joey's been like at the head of the pack, like leading you guys back to the cabin, and as he realizes there are less steps behind him, turns around and sees like half of you had dragged back because of Jensen's little conversation. And he's like, "Hey, we all good? Y'all good?"
Yeah, we're fine. Me and Jensen are just having a little one-on-one. We'll catch up. So, listen, it's easy to think things when you're younger and like when you're in middle school and high school. I remember that. It was a scary time. People didn't like you, and then they would make like whole big scenarios and stuff. Being an adult is more complicated than that. I mean, it's kind of the same, but like it's
Baron,
also more
I have to be here. You should run. You can leave.
okay.
And Tabitha's dead.
Tabitha's fine. Are you gonna set something on fire? Is this
Yeah,
a
probably
warning
eventually.
for premeditated arson?
No, nothing like that. I'm just saying we're
Don't
all
come to
gonna
school
die. And you don't have to be here
Thanks
for
for the
that.
candy.
You're an
Stop it,
adult.
Blake.
Okay. Do we need to put in another appointment with Miss Crystal? Because it seems
No.
was Miss Crystal mean to you?
No.
You can tell me if she was mean, and then I'll file a report on it.
That would be dishonest.
Okay. So
She's just wrong. Tabitha fucking died. The drug test came back. The drug
language.
test came back.
Language.
You're the first
Jensen!
person to ever tell me not to say, not to swear. Listen, the drug test came back clean. We weren't drugged, which means Tabitha fucking died.
It's fine. We literally had her on the phone the other night. She's fine. Honestly, she's probably getting ready to come back any day now.
That'd be cool.
Maybe I guess it depends on the situation at home. Listen, I don't have all the details. I don't have all the answers. But I know that you're safe here. We're
don't-
all safe here, okay?
That's a lie.
You can
All
still
right,
run.
we are going back to
No.
the cabin.
Hey Joey, hey Joey, hey Joey.
Yeah.
I think they need more time with Miss Crystal.
It's never too late
Or-
till it's too late.
Or a different therapist, maybe, if we happen to have an alternative. I don't know if she's in this year, but like maybe.
No, Miss
So,
Campbell's
like-
out until fall.
Oh, okay.
Campbell like the soup.
Chunky.
You followed other people home. Like, soup. I'm just
You,
saying,
like- Genuinely enjoy being at this camp.
yes.
You've never not liked being at this camp.
I mean, I didn't like it when I was your age, but
What did you do to end up here?
this feels like a loaded question to have in the open. Let's go back to camp.
I mean, I feel like it's a valid thing to find out. You already know
Look,
why
if
we're
you-
here.
Okay, we can have a whole little sit down and we can understand each other's backstories. Is that what they say now? We
I
can
mean, you
do
talk.
that.
I'm just saying that you talk a lot about relating to us, and yet you haven't given us anything.
Well, a lot's changed in like 10 years, to be fair. You'll understand when you're older. It's a
Dude,
lot harder to
How
How
connect
old are
with
you?
younger
Like
generation.
50?
Oh my gods.
Joey's like, whoa.
Boom.
Shut up,
I-
Beefcake. We're not talking to you.
Elijah
Whoa!
Elijah. No, I point at Joey. You too. We know nothing about you other than the fact that you could get a black eye from a 13-year-old.
Boone is big.
I can attest to that. He's got one hell of a right swing.
I think I agree.
Our hands.
What we're all trying to say is that you two know a lot about us. Probably because you read files or whatever and like have bugs in our phones. We know nothing about you.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we go back to cabin 6? Let's sit down and we can do the 20 questions game. How's that?
Sure.
Yeah, if y'all.
I don't think that's how you play 20 questions, but sure.
If y'all want to ask questions, we'll answer them. We're here to help.
Yeah.
Your counselors lead you back to cabin 6.
Oh.
I say for the need of time, you will tell you some things if they were willing to answer you. But how about you guys come up with one question each for each of the counselors that we will answer in depth for you.
Cool.
Okay.
And
I
then
think that-
based on whoever asked the question, pulling cards will be how detailed they get in their answer.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yes, good. I like this answer.
So we asked for one question.
If they pull a jack, do they just get punched? Like, wait. How dare you?
Sorry.
How dare you ask about my mother?
God, another broken nose.
I gotta fight the urge to be like, where do babies come from?
Okay, and we're closing questions time.
Fighting
So
the
it
urge.
starts when a mommy and a Dior will go into description.
Oh God.
Oh God.
I gotta know how much
Dior
detail I'm
runs
getting
so
from this card pull is the thing.
Who's
Follow-up
asking a
question.
question to who?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to check. Is it one question from
One
the player?
question from the group, and
Yes.
one player is going to represent that question.
Oh, just one
Wow.
question from the group. I thought it was one
Per
question.
I thought it was
counselor.
one each.
No.
I also got
Oh,
confused.
I mean, if we've got time for it, we can. You tell me.
I mean, we can go until break.
Yeah, you know what?
My
We're playing
question,
20
I
questions
feel
until break.
short.
Okay, cool.
Interrogate your counselors.
Cool.
Ah!
Robbie like
will
puts
say-
one of those clip-on lights to like shine directly in their face like an
Where
interrogation.
did you get
Ah,
that?
you beat me by 1 second. That's so good.
Elijah in
This
the
is
background
also
building
not
it.
how you play 20 questions.
I don't think that you
Right.
know how to play 20 questions because that doesn't actually involve asking you questions. You just think 20 questions mean asking 20 questions, which is not 20 questions. It's been a long time
Not
since
how
you've been
you
a kid.
play 20 questions.
That's not how you play 20 questions. 20
That's how we
questions
played it.
is no 20 questions is like I'm thinking of something and you ask 20 questions about that thing to try and guess what it is.
No,
That's
you know
right.
what? You know what? She's right. That is the game. I do remember.
That's the
that.
game.
My family was weird.
We can see that you're here.
Let's start there.
Wow. Okay, I can leave.
No.
Benson, you might be right.
Hmm?
About what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's just an inside joke between me and the little one.
All right.
That was a joke?
Stares out the window.
Okay. All right. Who
So-
wants to ask the first question?
I shine the light over onto Baron for whoever wants to tee up.
Are you using my Game Boy Advance as a light?
I didn't think that worked. Why
It
is
doesn't.
Well, no, see how it just kind of has like an LED bleed? It's not really working. It's just
That's fair.
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's listen. I wasn't gonna tell even if it did. It's a game. It's not gonna hurt nothing.
All it does is bleed light.
Okay,
Doesn't
so
have
does anyone
something.
have a question?
Baron, I mean, how did you end up at camp? I mean, like, what did you do? You know about all of the things that we did, all our dirty little secrets. Time for you to fess up, I think.
I beat a kid into the ICU.
They deserve it.
Honestly, looking back on it, I couldn't even tell you why I did it.
I'm under the bed.
I don't know.
Don't go down,
Jensen.
Jensen. Don't. I wouldn't go down there.
Jensen is cold down there.
I mean,
I'd like to try and grab for Jensen.
Just grab my ankle.
Or at the very least, if he doesn't want to come out, I want to sit on the floor next to the underside of the bed that he's at. I do not want him down there.
There's just a lot going on out there.
You can sit next to him.
Baron, what cabin were you when you were at camp?
God, I kind of switched around a bit. It was a little bit different than it is now, but I was in cabin 4, and then I was in cabin 2. Well, I guess technically I was in cabin 2 first, and then I went to cabin 4 after that.
Oh, so you were never like in cabin 6. You're not like our counselor because you were a cabin 6 camper.
I don't think that's how that works. No.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Technically, we're in jurisdiction over 2 cabins, but they like don't have anyone in theirs. So
you guys have another cabin?
Well, not on paper, yes, but there's no one in there. So
yeah, cabin 7's empty.
Really?
It's getting the termites treatment, so they didn't fill it this year.
Is that flammable?
Jensen?
No, I'm gonna say no.
There's a 7?
Did you ever, when you were at camp, did you have any friends? Or were you more of the loner kind?
This is just real barren time.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, I'm coming for you, motherfucker! Turning around to
Language.
Sorry, Mother Clucker.
I'll allow it.
Thank you, Jensen.
Just
from under the bed.
There was like a few kids that I hung out with, but I wouldn't call them friends in hindsight. We just all liked to punch things.
Are they also counselors now, or
No.
Who are they? Were they counselors?
No.
No, they're not counselors. Most
Are they
of them
dead?
Left. I don't know. I didn't keep tabs on them. Kind of weren't good people.
They're dead.
Oh,
Like the equivalent of Boone and oh god, what's the other one's name?
Taylor.
Yeah, that one.
What were your friends' names? Maybe it'll help you to talk about them.
I'm sorry, am I in therapy right now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What is group therapy? We're all just sharing.
Okay. It was Peter, and it was Angelina? Maybe it was Angelica. I don't know. Most people called her Angel.
Oh.
Suspicious.
So Joey, what's your deal?
Yeah, what's your deal?
James went.
What's wrong with you?
Why are you here?
I work here. I don't know. My dad stopped working here about 2 years ago because his knee gave out, so I took over the spot.
Oh, your dad was a counselor?
Yeah.
Did he ever see anything like super messed up when he was working here?
Oh, he talked about stuff sometimes, about fights and whatnot, so I knew what to expect, but nothing too bad.
So you never came here as a camper then? You were
No.
just
No.
yeah, nepo babied in.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
You see, it looks like Joey's about to look over and thank Dior, and then he thinks better of it and just kind of.
It's all
You're
just
welcome,
about
Joey.
who you know. It's called networking.
No, wait. I'm actually confused about that. Joey, you're telling me you came to this horrid camp
It's a nice camp.
Got 5-star reviews.
because your dad no longer worked here.
Well, well,
The
he
spot
kind
could have
of,
been
he kind of looks over at like the people who made the nepo baby comment. He's like, "Well, I needed a job, and my dad got me a job."
So nepotism. Look, own it. Wear it like a badge of honor. But
You
at least
are a
be
nepo
honest
baby.
about it.
You see, he pulls out his inhaler. And
Now
like,
that sounds like a bad word.
It's
Joey,
not.
there's nothing wrong with taking an opportunity that's handed to you because you know the right people.
It's only a slur if you're rich.
It's not a.
I don't.
Whoa.
we just find out that Joey is super stacked, like just blood money, oil, like
old money, old money.
Diora's like,
Older
yes,
money.
my inheritance in the bag.
The oldest
Older
money.
money than Hedgerson's.
It's all in
Very
gold.
rich.
It's the oldest
Now that I
money.
think about it, Joey, what's
I mean,
my
I
last
don't
name?
need your money.
What's my
But, oh
last
my
name?
It's like Kennedy or something like that.
It's Morris. Joseph Morris.
Joseph Gates.
Your name's Joseph?
Well, oh god, yeah.
Joseph? What's your middle name? Joseph?
Your
You don't need
name's
to know my middle
Joseph?
name. Next, you're gonna
I
try and
think I
find my
do.
social security number.
Is
I'm
it
I'm
Look,
already
Moses?
getting-
I'm already beckoning Jensen to go and try and pickpocket
Look,
and get the
this-
wallet out. Just find his
Joseph.
ID
He is.
Listen,
underneath the bed, rolling around.
Can I
If
try?
Jensen's-
Can I
if
try?
Jensen's- You can pull 2 cards to see if you can steal
Linking
something out of
the
Joey's pocket.
Joseph,
I get up
listen
on like
here,
the
Joseph.
top bunk and I like dangle over.
It's a normal
imagine you're, like,
name.
Imagine you're actually like climbing upside down on the wall, like Jason
Oh.
Bourne style.
It's a
Oh no!
It's such
Why?
a pretty
Jensen,
jack.
I'm so
Why?
sorry for encouraging this
go ahead
behavior.
and pull out a second card because it was 2 cards to see about. That's
10.
10. All right. So as you are going to reach into Joey's pocket, he actually was reaching back for his inhaler yet again, and you touch his hand, and it startles you enough that you like bump up and hit your head on the top of the bed.
Jensen!
Jensen,
I'll
you
get the
okay?
first aid kit.
Mm.
Listen,
What?
you guys watch as Jensen comes out from under the bed. He's just got a goose egg forming already.
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. That's. Listen here,
Yeah, I'm
Joseph.
fine.
No,
Joseph.
no, it's Joey. Only
If
no
I-
one calls me Joseph.
If I wanted to find out
Joseph.
your social security number, I can do it once I get the computer. It's okay.
I
I don't need
don't lack knowing that.
I can hack into a school database. You don't think I can hack into other stuff?
I don't think you should be hacking government resources.
Why not?
Yeah.
Does the school really count as a government resource?
I was talking about my social security number, Baron.
Oh. I mean, the government does steal it already, so like,
Baron gets it.
yeah.
What's this blanket made of?
What? It's just
Polyester? Mix, maybe?
I will start
Not
pulling a
sure.
thread and collecting a little
Oh, no.
ball
Yeah,
of
that's
flammable
definitely
material.
not pure cotton.
Jensen. No,
Um,
buddy.
So, like,
Huh?
you two genuinely think this is just like some rehab camp or whatever for messed up kids.
It
You
Was
is.
don't
for
think
me.
that there's any that's really all you think about this place.
Well, I know it's not the best place to be, when you're a camper. That's why we try and make it better. When Baron and I got assigned to 6 and 7, we kind of talked it out at the beginning of the season. We said, if we're not going to get the most dangerous campers who really need eyes on them, we'll try and take it easy on you.
So you wanted a charity case to make yourself feel
Well,
better?
No.
No, that's what you just said, is that, we were almost a disappointment because we aren't worse.
What?
No, you're
No.
much better because you're not worse.
Seems like you guys were looking for a project and you found one.
I am
Okay.
sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're okay. Robbie, being spiteful doesn't actually get you anywhere in life.
Baron, that's...
Neither just staying in the
No,
same
no.
spot for 25 years, and yet here you are.
I wasn't born here, but
Yeah, and you won't leave. Why? Because you think you can't?
And that's what I was
Money.
wondering.
Or because you're too scared to?
no, I needed money and it was easy. So,
Yeah, I'm sure that's the reason that you keep coming back to the place.
music.
Music changed, Jesus.
Hello. Part of it just because the economy's in shambles and I just really do need money. But the other part is that because I do believe that every single one of you is a good kid. Just had some fucked up shit happen to you. And no, I will not excuse my French. But staying here, like in this state that you're in, where you're just gonna sit here and be pissy with everyone trying to help you, it's not gonna do anything, Robbie. You can stay mad, you can stay angry, but you're never gonna get better if you stay that way.
Why get better if it means leaving everything I am behind, Baron? You want me to get better? No, you want me to be different. That's not the same thing.
Jensen's
Does it feel good being alone?
I'm starting to fire. I need to tap this. I'm going to start rubbing 2 sticks together over this ball of yarn.
This is your specialty. Pull 1 card.
Let's go. Clutch up.
5. Get me out of this fight.
Patty, you were
Girls
sitting
like
closest to Jensen under the bed. You smell smoke.
Robbie opens
Like,
her mouth as if they're
under the
about
bed.
to say something before interrupted.
Jensen! Stop.
Jensen!
You see Joey like dives over like the chair and like reaches under the bed and starts like pulling Jensen out.
There's like
No,
there's a moment where Patty's just amazed that Jensen was able to do that. And he immediately locks it away in his mind vault.
Jensen, can you pull 1 more card for me?
What? 3.
As you are pulled out, you pull your fire starter with you. The smoke goes straight into Joey's face, and he begins coughing violently and has to back up away from you to the wall.
Jensen is got the gleam in his eye, and he goes from like he's always been super spaced out all the time, but he's actually making fire right now, so he's just like, he appears like normal. He's not spaced out, he's like lucid and locked in, but he's smiling. It's the smile that is just, it's a complete shift. It goes from this to
Dior throws something at him, like at his head,
Kids.
okay.
Oh.
Kids gonna kill us.
to get him to stop.
You gotta grab like a pillow or something.
No, like
Something hard?
no.
It's already got a goose egg.
I just had to know.
The wood's already treated, so really, it's gonna be fine.
So pillows don't. I don't know, like something heavier than a pillow, but like not hard.
Chew?
Yeah, she's just gonna take her sneaker off and chuck it at his head. Stop.
Pull a card, Dior.
Can I argue that because I'm really good at martial arts?
Oh, that's why it's 1
Don't
card.
need-
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Ninja sword.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Wow, my exposure is so bad.
Jensen,
Doses.
you feel something rubber hit the back of your
Stop
head
it.
and distract you from the fire.
Are we sure we're safe to be in a cabin with this kid? Because we're supposed to be the normal ones.
All right.
Dior, you are anything but normal, and you know it.
I'm
almost
not
never
the
seen
one talking about like tearing apart dead things and starting fires.
Okay, you have a
and-
fur coat. You're no better.
Yeah, I didn't skin it myself.
And honestly, that makes it less ethical.
But, okay, no one talked about ethics. And like this kid just takes apart everything he sees. You're supposed to like know everything about everything and you know nothing. Like, why are we even here?
Court ordered.
Okay. Bye. I get up and throw up the deuces, and I walk out of the cabin.
Great going, Dior.
I'm gonna go with him.
No. Okay.
This fire's still blazing in the corner.
I thought I was stopped.
Bye.
You see Baron and Joey real quick, rock, paper, scissors.
I mean, I go or you go?
I need to get away from the smoke. He just
Okay.
walks out after Patty and just.
I'm like rubbing the side of my head, not saying anything. And the other side of my head.
Listen,
Great.
machines are easy to take apart, okay? Humans?
We're not-
Don't turn this back on me.
Who's taking-
Let me tell you, it's very simple.
We're not taking humans apart. Please do not take a human apart.
I'm not saying I would. I'm saying in theory.
You're telling me that if you stumbled upon
I understand that you need to
person.
feel superior to other people by putting other people down, and that's what makes you feel better about yourself, but now's not the time.
Okay. All right. Guys, calm down.
I thought we were in an honesty circle. I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah,
We're doing
that
20
doesn't
questions.
mean you get to bare your teeth and snap at the next person beside you.
Listen.
What would you have me do?
I need to go exfoliate my seaweed scrub off.
Ugh.
This is great.
Have fun with that.
And she's crying as she walks back to whatever side.
Avengers Civil War who? This drama is where it's at.
Robbie is going down and taking everybody with them.
These kids are
Okay.
nothing if not self-destructive.
Robbie, I don't know what has gotten into you in these past 24 hours, perhaps. But can we just like fix it? Can we talk it through or something? Because this isn't helping anybody. And yeah, maybe it feels right now. You know, maybe just stroking that fire inside you feels good. But fire doesn't heal shit.
Ooh.
It just burns.
Fire is
She
not
goes over to help
controlled,
Dior.
it's fed. And then I
You're
leave it.
outside! You're outside!
I'm sorry.
Screaming it.
Someone said fire and I got happy.
I have really good hearing.
Robbie's gonna go sit in the corner and go to Sweater Town, head up, strings pulled, gripping their arm because I imagine part of their irritation is that
It doesn't feel
it's
good.
starting to
It does not
really
feel
ache.
good. It's
Does
really
not feel
itchy
good.
right now, actually.
Dior just beginning to scratch and scratch and scratch.
Baron will come over and just kind of like give Dior a box of tissues. And then just like reaches into her pocket and like pulls out a tiny tube of mascara and passes it over. It's drugstore. It's not good.
Is it
But
waterproof?
yeah, but like you're gonna need baby oil to get it off at this point.
It's okay.
It's not tubing. I'm sorry. Come on.
I thought we were all being honest and I maybe didn't say everything the right way, but like that kid genuinely does scare me.
Which one?
He just started we were all just having a conversation and then he started a fire. That's not
Jensen's
that's-
been through a lot, and it's
Great.
not my place to talk on it. But sometimes people react to things in a way that they know how, in a way that they can control. For me, it was I could control my fist, so that's what I managed doing. For Jensen, he can control fire to an extent, so that's what he does. That's what is good. And then, you know, there's plenty of other synonyms we can make here, but I don't want you to feel like you're unsafe around your cabin. I don't want you to feel like you're under attack by your fellow campers.
I've been trying to put on this front of like just being carefree about being here and oh no, it's not great, but whatever, I'm here, I'm gonna make the best of it. Look, I'm getting a facial with some seaweed. Wow, crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but
It actually does itch a little bit.
yeah, you might want to like wipe your face. I have
yeah.
wipes I can go get, but
Yeah, she just takes the tissues with her tears on it and starts like scrubbing
Okay.
at her
Mhm.
skin. But like I've felt nothing but unsafe since getting here.
Mhm.
And people are like making fun of me because they think it's just that, oh no, I don't have my makeup. And she like just kind of tosses the mascara tube. She doesn't even put it on, she just tosses it. Or, oh no, I don't have my butler. But like
most people don't, to be fair. But
that's not what I mean. I mean, when you're raised like I am, you learn to do things a certain way to make things easy. And I don't mean easy as in like life is so easy. I mean easy as in like mother is having her alone time in her private house, so you can't make a sound or else like you'll get taken away to the other state again. Like, and people are assuming a lot about me here, and I just don't appreciate it. And I don't appreciate the fact that I was trying to just open a conversation and then Robbie started going at me. Like,
Don't know what's going on with Robbie. They were fine, I think, but it's like most of probation they were to themselves, and now they're just like a snapping turtle. Snapping at everything. A snapping turtle.
know what a snapping turtle. See, that's what I mean. You think just because I have money that I'm stupid?
No, I just don't know how many people actually live with nature in that way. Not many people actually know the difference between a snapping turtle, a tortoise, and a normal turtle.
A what?
See, that's part of the bear. It wasn't. I'm not assuming that you're dumb. I'm just assuming you don't have the same experience.
Thinking through our conversation, did something happen to, I need to look back through my notes maybe, but did something happen? Like if I think back, that night in the woods, did Robbie get hit by any, or like bitten or like attacked by anything, or was it just Tabitha?
Robbie got spliced by one of those barbs, and you also got a bit stabbed by one of the barbs in your hand.
But like my hand was fine, right?
It has scar tissue, but there's no scabbing, no blood. It's just pink.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna like lay down now.
Okay.
Thanks for the chat, girly.
See, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic right now or if you're being...
No, I'm trying to make a connection.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that communication is clear. And I know how scary it can be to be out of your familiar comfort zone. So I'm sorry if I've been hard on
you. Yeah. And she's gonna lay in her little cocoon of like the blanket fort she has with her empty bunk. And as soon as Baron leaves, she's gonna flip so that she's like laying on the bed, but then under and looks under the bed.
Okay. We're gonna get back to you.
Yep.
We're gonna spin it over to the boys.
Wait up. Just please. Just wait up.
Nah, I'm good.
Hattie, Hattie, please wait up.
Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna stop you going where you're going. I just gotta be with you.
He has asthma. This is where you learn I'm there too. He has asthma.
Oh,
Going to the fish house.
Okay. Jensen, did you put out the fire before you left?
I don't know.
Oh, Baron's got it. Okay. Joey's actually going to hang back with Jensen and allow you to keep walking, Patty. He just wants to keep you in sight.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to the bathroom cabin.
All right. You're able to hop up into the bathroom cabin. He does not follow you into the bathroom cabin. He just kind of posts up on the outside. That was a legit one, Hori.
I am taking toilet paper and doing the usual tuck away, and have my fun with. Yeah, it's a problem. Patty, I think feel free to say otherwise. It's just immediately after having just had that moment, I'm already stashing more stuff.
No, Patty's like kind of just, he's not using the bathroom, he's not grabbing anything. He's just kind of like standing on the opposite wall to the sinks, just like arms folded, staring down at the ground, like very clearly upset, but he's not like, he's walled off.
Hey. I get it.
Yeah, I think you might be the only one who does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I might not get it then. What is it?
I recognize it. You know, it's your mind gets so full of other stuff that you just got to focus on something else. For you, I guess it's fire.
Kinda. I wish I could have more in there. It feels like it's just echoey. Like, jokes aside, it feels like there's just nothing in me, man. I feel windy.
You know, there's a lot in me.
Fire feels like it brings it back.
Bring back you.
A little, yeah.
I fucking hated it.
Yeah, it's bad. Tabitha died.
This-
I keep saying it. I feel like people.
No, I know. I believe you, pal.
Okay.
I believe you. And he's saying that like he's saying that to Jensen because there's been so many times that Patty wishes someone had said that to him. And
Fuck.
he just like I wasn't even supposed to be here, you know. It's but that bastard Trent,
Trent.
your stepdad.
Oh. I'll sit down next to him.
Yeah.
Put my knees up to my chest.
Yeah, he took my mom on a nice big fancy cruise and then signed me up for a therapy camp because it's worked so many times in the past. Obviously, they thought, "Hey, this is the charm," you know.
Wait. And you have to work?
Yeah, my folks ain't got much money, or at least any money that Trent is willing to share on me. I'm kind of just the problem that came with the package.
I'm gonna stand up. Point at him. You're not a problem. Hey!
I know that.
Okay.
I know that. Yeah, no, Trent's.
Yeah, what an asshole.
No, he's a. Oh, I fucking hate Trent. Oh my god, I could go on a tirade for the entire time that we are gonna be at camp about Trent, and I could never finish. That is how much I hate that man. He doesn't think about anybody else but himself and how to make himself look good, and he never even once bothered to like learn my shit, like my interest. And Patty kind of like starts like he didn't intend this, but like he's starting to actually share.
I'm
about
listening, but
things.
I really do gotta pee, and then I'll hop in this stuff.
Yeah,
Come
no,
back, wash my hands.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, no, he's nothing like my actual dad.
You're close with your grandpa, yeah? Is that on your mom's side or your dad?
No, Gramps is my dad, all the way. That's you know, it's not important.
Sounds important.
He's not around anymore.
What did you do? Like, before?
And Patty will reach into his back pocket and toss Jensen the badge that he tried to use to start a fire.
Oh man, and I called you a cop and I made it sound like
No, it's okay. I get it. There's a lot of asshole pigs in Boston, especially, but you're looking at the genuine article for one of the good ones.
Wow. Well, my shit list goes. Where's my shit list? Boone and Taylor. I think Taylor. And we're gonna add Trent. I'm gonna hand it back to you. And I'm gonna grab a hand to pick him up. You can't
thanks,
stay
Rob.
down there.
We got to figure out what's going on here. If they're not gonna believe us, we got to bring something back.
I mean, in reality, we should all just get the fuck out of here and find some cops. Find some, like, we should like stash food and fucking run, like the lot of us. This is insane. They don't believe us, and it did happen. So like, are they in on it, or are they just tricked? We're not safe. I mean, Tabitha, we gotta kind of like go or something. I don't know if we can, but like, I haven't seen any like dogs. You know what I mean?
I mean, they have the dogs up at the barn.
Shit, they got dogs. All right, you can't stay down there. Come on, man.
No, I know. Okay.
Come on. Like on the
it
wall.
does take like a 2 efforts. There's like one, and then like Patty hoists himself up.
I know that game.
I got dizzy.
Yeah.
I got dizzy.
I just wish they didn't take the good one. You know?
They didn't. You're still here.
She didn't deserve
Then
that.
I'll head out. Come on, buddy. I look up.
Shit.
I look up at our prison escort. I'm like 10 pounds lighter.
You see that Joey has just been kind of waiting, like leaned on the side of the bathroom cabin, nowhere near the door. Like, legitimately looks like he was giving some space to you guys if necessary. And as you come out and say that, he just kind of shakes his head and goes, "All right, are we ready to get back? I have a feeling they're not gonna let everybody go to the mess hall tonight for dinner, so I should probably drop you off with Baron so I can get dinner for everybody."
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Joey kind of sidles up between both of you and starts to lead you on back. But I believe we're going to cut back and to give the floor to Kiki to finish off what's going on in the cabin.
Yeah. So, just as you two start walking back with Joey, you feel like a gust of wind, not strong enough to be alarming, but just enough that it felt more than just a subtle breeze. If you look around, you don't see anything. Just the feeling that something. I don't know how else to describe it. Something cruised by. Unseen. And then we go back to cabin 6. Elijah. You're the last camper in here who has not closed himself off.
Girls are back on the,
Just
there's two
me and
people.
Smiley.
Yeah.
Well, there's,
So after going through the ringer with the femme side of the cabin, Baron comes back to like the centralized area, just kind of sits for a second and just okay. What are you doing? That's me asking, not Baron.
Yeah, no.
I know we sound the same.
Yeah, no, it's uncanny. You guys have the same voice.
It's like we voice each other or something.
Exactly.
Anyway,
You're twins? Let's see. I think Elijah was about to kind of get close to the fem side of the cabin, but it's like, you know what? Let me just actually back away real quick. Let me just go over to my side, do my things. Plays a little bit of his Game Boy Advance. Like, hey, the guy's left. I'm just here alone right now. But also like finally pulls out the decoder
Mhm.
and quickly stashes it underneath the floorboard that he has.
Okay. You
And while looking in there, sees Tabitha's notebook.
sitting there right where she left it after asking you if you could stash it.
Yeah,
She didn't want anyone reading her journal and sending her to therapy again. Um,
yeah. And just kind of looks at it for a little while and goes like, and just thinks about grabbing it, but doesn't grab it right now because if any counselor sees it, they'll probably be like, "Isn't that
what that?
exactly?" He'd be like, "You know what? Let me just." So put the decoder into the floorboard, closes it back up,
You see a
and then
last glimmer of the bedazzled cover before you close it.
yeah, and then just kind of sits in his bed like, "Yep, I'm the good child."
Okay. So are you taking out your decoder and trying to decode it, or are you just sitting there like
No, the
waiting for
decoder,
people to leave?
the decoder's inside underneath the
Okay.
floorboard.
Okay. So
Like
you're just sitting there being good.
I'm really like, hello, I am a model student. I have done nothing wrong.
A little halo appears.
It's weird. The light from the cabin is just falling so perfectly. It makes this little ring around your head. Um, you a few like moments pass as you're sitting there primed and proper. And Baron just kind of like peeks her head in. You just heard the gentle close of the fem side of the cabin. You heard a sigh of exasperation, a few minutes of respite, and then coming over to like the other side and just knocking on the door frame, kind of gently peeking her head in.
Okay.
Hi, you okay?
I'm here.
That might be a loaded question. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, like, you already know my feelings about this place, so I'm
Yeah,
here, Baron. I'm here.
aren't we all?
Can't really be any other place.
I mean, there's another bed if you wanted to pick a different bed. That's the benefits of not having a full cabin.
Oh,
But
oh wow. Let me move from this
okay,
uncomfortable
all
bed
right, yeah, all right.
to that other uncomfortable bed. No,
That's like
Baron.
not the best.
Yeah, yeah, Baron.
I
I'm
will
here.
say, listen, you take two mattresses, you stack them on top of each other, they become infinitely better. Okay, like you don't feel the springs underneath you anymore. It actually like it's almost like a makeshift Tempur-Pedic. Obviously not that expensive, but got extra beds, you might as well. I'm just saying.
I'll see about doing it, you know. It's a pain to do though. You see how small I am, right? I'm 5'5", Aaron.
The
And also I build stuff. I don't go to the gym.
I I didn't think you were old enough for a gym membership. Um, sorry, that felt mean. That was mean. I'm
It's
gonna be
okay.
better about it.
Yeah, it's okay. I already got a bunch of that from my school. When you're the guy who fixes your computer, people kind of just come for you for one thing.
They used to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't really have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People love to use the skills of others that they don't possess themselves.
Mm, yeah.
Are you like you okay? So, like, I just want to make sure that you don't feel personally victimized by anything that happened in the last hour.
Again, dealt with it already at school. Kinda water off a duck's back.
Oh no, I was gonna say something and I can't. I shouldn't say that.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Baron.
You know you don't have to deal with stuff like that. Like it doesn't have to be okay because it's not. People are picking on you. Like, you can let us know. We can help.
It's okay. The way I see it is they can do that for now. Or
Are you gonna steal their social security numbers?
no.
All right. I was concerned about that.
I was gonna
Worried
erase
about
the
it.
social security numbers.
Okay, well, see, that causes more problems in the future. But I guess when you really think about it, it's only like 7 numbers. You can just make it up. So
7 numbers that can control their entire life. And
how
prevent them
will the
from-
government know that they're real? 9 numbers. Pretty sure it's 8, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's 8, if
Wait.
I'm being frank.
It's 9.
There's 9. Yeah, 9.
No, it's 9.
It's 9.
I just had to
3,
go through
2,
mine
and
in my
4,
head.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally sat here. I'm going through mine. Mine is 8. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
say them all out loud right now so we can
For
make
chat,
No,
go.
It's 3
You know
numbers
what?
and 2
You're
numbers
so
and 4
right.
numbers.
Anyway,
You know,
maybe it is
listen,
9. Maybe I can't.
Yes.
I don't have dyscalculia, but I am dumb.
I do.
It's 9 numbers that control their
Okay,
entire
3,
life.
2, 4.
9 numbers that control their entire life in the sense of like how they get paid. Who are they? Can they get, a check in the future when they don't have a job? Stuff like this. I can erase it all in the future.
Baron just kind of stares at you.
But I won't. Instead, I will become better and create a technological powerhouse company.
I'm the perfect student. I'm the good kid. I'll kill their entire life. I'll erase
Don't
everything.
Don't worry,
problem
Barry.
that
You're safe. I don't know
For
your
now.
last name.
Don't show to school tomorrow.
Oh no.
That's what that felt like.
Yeah. Okay. See, it's giving. How do I put this? I'm concerned about your precinct to prepare blackmail for people that you've only known like 2 weeks. That is a concerning trait to have. Just, and I don't think it's a necessary one. So, God, I probably am not the best person to be talking about this right now. But a lot of the times when it comes to bonds, friendship, stuff like that when you're a kid, she's just kind of like leaning up the door frame now. A lot of it is like mutual trust. I mean, yeah, you're gonna rib on each other and stuff, but you do have to kind of trust each other, because if all you're doing is planning to stab each other, guitar.
Sorry.
If all you're doing is planning to stab each other in the back, or you have that already prepped, the contingency plan, then there never was trust in the first place.
Listen, Baron, I can tell you this.
You
right
have
now.
my social security number.
No, of course
Yeah.
not. I don't have your social security number, Baron.
That's the social security number coming in.
It's pinging my Medicaid.
I don't have that, Baron. I just met you at this camp and I haven't had access to my computer.
So how many YouTube videos have you watched on that Game Boy since you got here?
Ones that I downloaded, maybe like 5.
You could get 6 on a Game Boy Color.
True, but I did mod this one to have all the games, and I just hit a button in the back, and it just has a list of all Game Boy Advance like games.
You got Sapphire on there?
Of course, I have Sapphire. I have all the Pokemon games.
Listen. Okay, listen, I just had to make sure that we're in the right. I didn't want to be talking. I didn't want to be talking to no one who favors emerald over sapphire. Okay,
I got the
like
Mario,
hey,
we got the
hey.
Pokemon.
You're just
we
gonna
got
not
the
include
Donkey Kong.
Ruby like that?
Get
no,
out.
Ruby's on the
Wild.
same level as sapphire.
Let's not.
They-
Heart gold, soul
Why are we
silver.
hating on Emerald? We're gonna get into this later.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You didn't hit the
Root beer
hit-
dum
Emerald
dums
is-
for you, Fef.
Stand by it.
Emerald for you, Kiki.
All right,
I'm
listen,
making a
listen.
list.
All right, checking it twice. All right, you got.
Find out who's got poor video game taste.
He then just kind of hits another button and it just goes back to an LED light that just shows nothing. Like,
Yeah, I figured that was clocked like the second you got in here.
listen, my entire day, if I can hack into a
What am I
school
gonna do
computer-
about it? What am I gonna?
No.
It's a Game Boy. It's
Exactly.
a Game Boy. Have fun with it.
I know, but here's the thing. I was told no technology.
I
Kind
mean,
of have to make sure that this is okay. Can't make it show anything.
saying. I'm just saying. Listen,
Yeah.
not everyone is like equipped with a secret motive, I guess. If that's how you want to put it, but there are people here that you can trust. I mean, probably don't trust Boone because he will just punch you. He did break Robbie's nose. It wasn't broke, but like
Listen.
he almost broke Robbie's nose.
Listen,
Um,
so far, the people I've met at this place, they've been great people. We have the fire starter. We have the not a cop. We have the rich girl.
Maybe we,
We
should have
have
had like a
Robbie.
opening seminar including
We're at blah blah blah, the blah blah blah, the blah, and then
Robbie.
It's just
and
me.
Robbie.
He just
Robbie,
went into
Robbie is
all
an
of me.
entity.
Okay. Well,
It.
The one person who's really creative kind of is gone now. So
it's like I told Jensen, she might come back. You know, once everything clears up. She was really excited to be here.
yeah, you know she was excited to make friends. I can see she was excited to make friends. She was more at the arts and crafts table than I was, and I went there specifically just to
Yeah.
fashion tools for myself.
Yeah, Beth had. Sorry, wait, you what?
Moving along. Anyway,
No, we can't gloss over that. Closes the door. Stretch it. It's. Beth did have to ban her from the arts and craft cabin, which is like kind of funny. I've never seen someone banned over using too many candy beads before, but that was honestly pretty entertaining.
it's listen, which is why I find it so weird. I find it so weird
Okay. All right.
that she left without saying goodbye to the new friends she made.
Shit happens. Sometimes people get taken to the hospital and you have to sit there in the cold waiting room wondering if they're going to make it out alive or not. And that sucks. But it's better to be there than to not. Like, I don't know what I would have done if I wasn't there for the doctors to say something.
Yeah,
You know? Anyway.
can't understand that. No one wants me.
Right. No, wait, no, not right. Incorrect. Sorry.
Oh no.
No, you've said your
No.
piece. It's okay. Go, leave.
All right, before I mess anything else up, I'm gonna leave. And she walks out and closes the door behind her. And in the corner of the
Why?
as the door closes, you're by yourself. As the door closes, you see standing, facing the corner, there's a girl about your age, maybe like a year older. Pale skin, just like normal pale Caucasian, not like dead pale. I needed to clarify that because we're in a horror game.
Mhm.
Just pale skin, little camp shirt, curly red hair down to about halfway down her shoulder blades. just standing in the corner, looking at where two walls meet. You hear her kind of muttering to herself a little bit. It's hard to make out the words, though. It's just noise. What do you do?
Shit. Shit.
You just start saying shit to yourself because that's honestly really funny.
Honestly, probably. Because I've told you this. He doesn't believe in any of the supernatural paranoid stuff. So he's like been trying to rationalize things. He's been in straight up denial because of that.
You, like, they were kind of staring aimlessly at the wall. And then you start going, shit, shit, shit. And you just, like, see their head perk up. And, like, cocks to the side. Not facing you yet, but just, like, just listening. Hello? Who's there? Who's there? What do you do, Elijah? As you stand there, the room feels like it's getting darker. And the walls almost feel like they're closing in. Maybe it's your heartbeat. And as it's accelerating, it's starting to make your brain play tricks on your eyes. But you swear that all those bunks that filled the room are starting to merge together. And the walls are shrinking and shrinking. And before you know it, they're 5 feet away from you. What do you do, Elijah?
You're not. No. No. I'm not here. You're not
real. And you watch as they kind of like start twitching aggressively, and their limbs snap into like awkward positions, and they turn to face you. And there's not a human face to look at. There are these large, bug-like eyes, red in nature, and this form of like, oh God, how the fuck do I describe it? Fangs and have you ever seen Predator?
Mandibles?
That's the word.
Yeah. You see a face that has been human once, maybe, but it's been wrapped around these large eyes, these large red glassy eyes, these fucking 4 mandibles that stretch out inside. There isn't teeth. There's what might be the remnants of teeth, but they are all filed down into sharp little angles that fill into an abyss. And she lunges at you.
Cool.
And we're gonna go to break.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, we're gonna go to break.
I hope everybody goes get some water.
Oh.
Go get some water. Go piss if you gotta. Hopefully you didn't pee your pants.
Go piss, girl.
Go piss. Take your meds. Grab some food and buckle up. We'll return with Cabin 6 in just a moment.
Brother.
What?
And that's why I'm no longer allowed in any McDonald's.
It's
Oh my
understandable.
God, that's
Stop
crazy.
breaking the fucking frappe machine. I
If you
want my
sit on the
goddamn
tray, you go
frappe.
down the
God.
slide faster.
Anyone
I'll
that
never
missed that is
forget
just
what you
really
just said.
missing out.
Yeah. Anyway.
Were you not
Welcome
in
back.
jail?
Ronald couldn't catch him.
I was so delayed. I was eating.
Hey, hey, Kiki, which kid to traumatize first?
Oh, don't worry, I'll get to that. So, welcome back, everybody. Camp. What a fun time in the summer, right? You get to make new friends, you get to trauma bond. It's just all around a wonderful bonding experience. Or it would be if it weren't for the relentless horrors that keep persisting. So anyway, where were we? All right, a monster child turned around to eat Elijah's face and jumped at him. But we're actually gonna rewind. Because I'm gonna pan the camera over to the femme side. Dior, you know what you did.
Yeah, so she's kind of hanging off the bed, like laying down on her stomach, and she just flips over. And before she even looks, she's like, "What did you do to Robbie?" Staring under her bed.
Kate, pull me a card. I want to see if you could persuade this thing to come out.
Don't do it.
Question.
It's a bad idea.
Question.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
You gave me a -1 to any card pull this session.
We did.
Mhm.
What happens if I say -1 card pull right now and there's just no card pull?
I can flip a coin to see if it comes out.
Well, that doesn't.
Listen, I can't
No,
guarantee if it's
I'll
persuaded
pull
to
a
come out. All right.
It's oh my god!
I
I
can't
meant
see.
to mess with my exposure. It's a 7.
Whoa, she
I,
pulled
Okay.
she pulled a white card.
Ah!
let me hold on. I gotta mess with my settings for a second.
You're fine. So before you open your eyes, you are welcomed by a familiar darkness that we all embrace right before going to sleep. You feel the gravity hanging down, the blood slightly rushing to your head. And then you just feel a light breeze? No, not quite. A breath. Cold, like the Arctic wind, gently pushing the strands of hair away from your face.
Are you gonna tell me like what? You did something obviously. Oh,
James, we cannot hear you.
It's just breathing noises.
okay. I don't speak monster.
Do you look at it? Or are you still sitting there with your eyes closed?
I don't know if Dior is smart enough to keep her eyes closed. She's gonna open her eyes.
You open your eyes and you see a hand this close to your face.
I swat it. Stop! I'm trying to have a conversation.
You swat it away and you see the same thing that Robbie saw, deep sunken in, like soulless eyes, mouth stretched all the way down, very familiar to the creature that you saw in the woods. His sickly pale skin.
Can I see if it's wearing a camp shirt?
James, this is your monster. Is it wearing a camp shirt?
James did a little smile, did a little smirk.
It is.
Albeit older.
Not the same color. A little lighter green. Faded. And like the font has changed or is a decade old? Decades old?
Listen, I don't know what happened to you to make you like this, and I'm sorry, but you can't be doing that to us. We haven't done anything. We're just like you were.
You watch as the hand that you swatted away kind of levitates there. It's in an awkwardly crawled position. And its hand drifts. And it points down to the wall and it starts scratching at the wood. And
Underneath
you see,
my bed?
yeah, underneath your bed, and you see like right where it's scratching, where your bed kind of meets the wall, there's an engraving that's been hidden. by pushing the
What does
bug
it say?
set against it.
Is it like an engraving, like someone scratched into it, or it's like a plaque?
It looks like somebody scratched into the wall.
Wait, were you a cabin 6 camper? She's gonna pull the piece of paper out. Do you know this? With the code.
Just no eyes.
Listen, at this point, all the blood is in her head. She's not thinking. The triangles. Do you know the triangles? No.
It points again over to like underneath Robbie's bed. And it's that same tin can of Jenga. Whether or not it's empty now, that's up to you campers to decide, but it's pointing to the tin.
Did you leave the DVD and the note? Are you Sammy? Is Sammy? No, you're not Sammy. Do you know Sammy?
And you watch as it kind of like starts to shrink back into the shadows, but at first it seems like it could be pushing itself, and then you realize that the shadows are actually reaching out to grab it and pull it back.
Wait, no, don't. I'm sorry.
And in a moment, it's gone.
Elijah,
Uh,
how do you react to being jumped?
that's easy. The same way I've reacted to being jumped many times before.
Hey, Shoddy, what's up?
I mean,
Hit
if
the
it wasn't a
floor.
moth face, it might be a cute girl.
I hit the floor.
Okay, you hit the floor. Do you make any other form of noise, or do you just fall?
I just fall.
All right, Dior. About the same time that your moment leaves, you hear a loud thud, from the boys' half of the cabin. You hear this as well, Robbie. And as you like blink and kind of regain your bearings, Elijah, you're back at your bed, across the cabin. No longer 5 feet away from where the corner or the girl, if you can call it that anymore, would have been. At a safe distance. The lights are back on. It's no longer dark. And blink for a second. And a very small moth just like flutters away from your face. Its wings beat against your skin for but a second. Leave a little bit of powdery residue. And it flies off.
As soon as I hear that thud, I'm gonna shove the piece of paper back into my shirt and kind of probably like do a somersault and like flip over and land on my feet because I'm Spider-Man, and dart.
It's perfect. You don't have to draw a card. It's perfect.
Thank you. It's my specialty.
Yeah.
Robbie, you did also hear this, and now Dior is running past.
I think Robbie is used to hearing thuds from the other room and so doesn't really think much of it. Sees Dior run and will kind of like unfurl themselves out of the inside of their hoodie and
Moving out of Sweater Town.
just being born from this thing really, and is gonna see her run by and is just gonna stay seated. But I think they are gonna, now that they're alone, is gonna take off a part of their sweater to check out their elbow.
You've been scratching at it, right?
Oh yeah, I imagine this shit itches. I imagine it's actually kind of soaked through, like that sticky. It's like it's a good thing that the hoodie's black because otherwise there would be quite a patch.
The closest thing you can compare it to is when you get a mosquito bite, and it's so large and round, but it has that clear fluid that comes out of it when you squeeze it too hard.
Mm.
Your sleeve is wet with it from all of the many cracks in your elbow that have appeared. And the skin is no longer just pink and itchy. The bruise has mottled into a green, nearing black near the cracks. And now that liquid, when you touch it, is not just clear, it is a bit yellowish.
Yeah, Robbie sees Dior, takes it off, gives it an inspect, and is going to stumble their way to the bathroom to see if they can get toilet paper to wrap it before everyone comes back.
If you're heading out to the bathroom, you're going to pass Joey and the boys, who he is dropping off back at the cabin. So Patty, Jensen, you see Robbie coming out the front door.
Hi.
Hi. I'm just gonna go take a piss. I think something's wrong with Elijah. You just should figure it out. I gotta, and is just gonna walk past towards the bathroom.
All right. Joey's gonna let you all head in, and he's gonna stay on the porch just to keep an eye. Seems to catch the eyes of the guard in the guard tower for the night and just gives a wave.
Look for Elijah.
Elijah?
Dior, you got in the door first.
I think she goes in like ready to hit something. Is there something for her to hit?
Just see Elijah on the floor. Occasionally, like a bug flutters around the light. It's high enough above that it won't affect you, but it's all the same.
What happened?
Elijah's once more sprawled out onto the floor, breathing very heavily. Man. They really need to stop. I think I need to stop eating the food from here because I'm having some hallucinations.
What are you? Okay, you're being weird, and she's just gonna drop and look to see if there's scratches under all of these beds.
As we said, I believe to someone last week, Jensen possibly, who was under the bed so much. Underneath the beds in the boys' cabin, there are a couple places where there are triangles scratched into the walls.
I don't know about any of this shit.
Do you have
Fingers
them written
moving.
out somewhere, or?
No. But, you know, once you guys decode things.
Yeah.
Right now, your characters haven't figured out what that decoder is yet. Once you do, it might be a little
Yeah.
quicker for you.
Triangles. There's triangles in here.
Ah,
I'm gonna run back to our side. What's under our beds? Triangles.
You shift your bed to the spot where that hand reached out, and you see triangles.
Freaking triangles!
What is going on?
I'm lost. Okay. I'll look at it. Show it to Patty.
Okay,
Is this what you guys found on the island?
Yeah.
Okay.
This note here.
Jensen, it's very nice paper.
Oh.
Sorry, Pat. Not this one.
But-
There's a more than a heavy chance in this wasn't even light either. No, stop. And I swat his hand.
I'll throw a flip flop at. I'll throw a chancla at Jensen.
Oh no, not the chocolate.
Probably wouldn't even light. It's been underwater for like God knows how long.
This is everywhere in the cabin. Robbie,
Yeah, I saw it under the bed.
where are they?
Robbie went to the pisser. I mean, like, give him a second. They'll come back.
Wait,
Robbie's alone?
They're fine.
Okay, yeah.
They went
Jensen.
to the bed for like 2 seconds.
You like to be weird under the beds. Do you
Weird
ever
way to
see
say that,
anything?
but yeah.
That's
No, I don't think so. I'll go and look.
No, you don't have to. Okay. The things Robbie freaked out with something under the bed, right? Patty,
Yeah.
you saw it.
Yeah, it didn't make a move for me.
They're dead
like Robbie
campers.
Yeah,
I just talked to the one under my bed. It was actually like kind of chill. It was wearing a camp shirt, but like not a camp shirt like this camp shirt, a camp shirt that's like, I would say more of like a mint green with like a really ugly font. They loved Comic Sans in the 90s, so probably around then. And when I asked if it was a camper, it kind of said yes. And then it was pointing to the triangles underneath my bed. There's triangles under my bed. There's triangles under Robbie's bed. There's triangle in your bed, in that bed. And I think it's all connected. They are dead campers. And it was just, we were having like it was showing me things and then the shadows pulled it away. It didn't want to hurt us.
The
Yeah,
shadows pulled that away from me too when I saw it.
So we could talk to
Okay.
Tabitha?
probably.
I don't.
Maybe.
Well, let's figure out who these folks are first. All right. Step one
There's-
is going to be figuring out what the hell these triangles are. So where's that Dakota? Does Elijah still have that? Or do you have it?
I had the piece of paper. Elijah had the. Elijah, where's the triangle?
Still on the floor, like, oh, I got it. Okay.
What happened?
Hallucinations, obviously.
Like one of the ghost kids?
It started like that, and then it turned into this bug-like entity.
Oh. No.
Red eyes, mandibles. It was arms that twisted and weird.
Okay,
Patty
well, my ghost wasn't like that.
drops the paper
It lunged at me.
and starts backing away from Elijah, visibly paler and visibly shaken.
Dior is like translucent right now. Like,
Yeah, but
nope.
Nope. It's okay. It's okay. It was just hallucination, None of that's real.
This.
Okay, well, my ghost was definitely real and it wasn't a weird bug kid. It was trying to help me.
Fine, was it? Anyway, decoder. You said decoder. Okay.
Wait, was
ghost-
your ghost also wearing a camp shirt?
It lunged at me pretty fast, so I wasn't able to look at his shirt.
Elijah, details.
I told you, it lunged at me. I dropped to the floor.
That's what you got for having a negative aura. Anyway,
Okay. Anyway.
The victim blaming.
okay, I think,
Negative
sorry.
aura.
Elijah goes to his, his floorboards, lifts it up, pulls out a decoder, like here, and also pulls out Tabitha's notebook and closes my floorboards.
Oh,
I think it'd be pretty rude if I read this.
Did she have that with her when she died? Maybe that's.
No,
Tabitha?
she asked if she could put this underneath my floorboards before we left.
did you just meow in response to someone calling out for Tabitha?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard. No,
Tunneling.
don't you dare do that. Don't
Tunneling.
you dare do that.
Yes, I did meow.
Dilating.
Robbie, you have been able to gather the toilet paper. Were you going to return from the bathroom?
I actually think Robbie's gonna sit in there for a minute. I think that as they kind of wrap their arm, their elbow in this toilet paper, like just bits of skin are just sloughing off. And there's a lot of wincing. There's, a gentle power cry in private before heading back out, I think is what they're up to.
Rightfully so.
Right before you head back out, you hear through the screen windows that are high up on the bathroom cabin for ventilation.
I think Robbie's heart sinks. Their heart begins to beat, and they get that kind of pit in their stomach and the fear. I think that there's just an image flash across their mind of that tentacled beast that they came across in episode 2. I'm going to. There's usually like a toilet cleaner in there, like the one with the bristles.
Toilet brush.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna grab the toilet brush
Okay.
Okay.
and just kind of. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come
You
out, come out, wherever you are.
Are you exiting the
gonna-
bathroom cabin?
Yeah. Toilet brush at the ready.
You exit out into the sunset light, brandishing a toilet brush. Pull a card.
Okay. That's a 7.
You see Screwball. For the first time since you attacked him. He is disheveled, with a large patch of his orange fur gone blonde at the hip where you struck him with foam. And he's just sort of standing just off to the side of the steps of cabin 6, far off from you, almost like the meow shouldn't have been heard from the bathroom cabin. He's just laid out flat, staring at you from the cabin steps.
What color are the eyes?
You can't see him from this far.
You just see the reflective backing
Damn
of a cat in the night.
I think Robbie's gonna move towards it, toilet brush still raised, see if they can see the look of the eyes. Does it look like it's gonna go for the cabin?
It's turned away from the cabin. Like it was
Okay, so
walking
it's just
up
looking
there
at me?
and saw you.
Great. Even better. Yeah. I'm
Enemy
gonna.
detected.
Yeah, it's gonna walk up to Screwball. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Nice seeing you again. Yeah, yeah. You hurt my friend, and you hurt me, and I know, I know you're supposed to be hunters. I know you got that scent, and I know you're coming for me, but I need you to know that I'm not gonna go down without a fight. Screwball, whatever the fuck your name is, and is trying to get as close as I can to see the eyes of this thing to see if it's brown or green, because it was brown when we first saw it, then it was green.
It was green when you first saw it, and then you
Green
last
when we
saw it.
first saw
There was a fleck of brown.
Got it. What are we working with now?
What you see as you get closer, like Screwball puffs and hisses at you, much like any threatened animal. It knows
Robbie
your
hisses
face.
back.
It knows your face. You sprayed foam at it.
No regrets.
Public enemy number 1. As you get closer, I'd say even like within like 7 feet, you're way out of its range, but you see that it swats at you. Like it, as if it could reach you. And what you would expect is the stone cold eyes of a predator, a killer, perhaps. But instead, what you're met with is, although it's puffing and trying to make a big deal of itself, hissing and clawing at you, you see in its eyes it's scared. And that tiny speck of brown has taken over half of its right eye.
I think Robbie is at a kind of breaking point and is just staring at this thing, and eventually is just kind of going to drop to their knees because they're so petrified of what this thing is going to do, of what's happening to their body, and is just holding up the toilet brush, shaking violently. You know, there's bits of toilet water spraying in all directions. Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you are, or are we both cursed? As if expecting the fucking thing to respond, knowing that it won't.
There's
You gotta
few
give
ways
these-
that this can go.
Oh,
I'm gonna need you to pull a card for me so we can determine which of the 3 ways this is gonna go.
well, That's 4.
Excellent. It could have gone way worse.
I don't like the change in music, guys.
You hear this cat kind of growl. And yes, cats do growl, anyone that's unaware. Kind of like chuff and still puff. Even as you fall to your knees, it looks at you. Threatened and confused. And then slowly its hackles like kind of fall. His pupils get bigger and it looks at you. And it very cautiously takes a step forward.
If it takes a step towards Robbie's going to stand up, no longer on their knees.
Okay. It took a step towards you. You stood up, and it looks back up at you. And it just stares. And you've seen Screwball at the barn. You've seen it chase imaginary things, but you can swear that it's looking in between your eyes, trying to read your mind.
Leave my friends alone. Look, it looks like you've already got me. So if you're gonna take me, just take me and just leave them alone. Please?
You watch it kind of just get low to the ground, lay down a little, loafs 1 foot.
And is like shaking, trying to hold their ground, but their knees start to shake, and it almost trying to keep themselves from buckling has to lock them. God, I hope you're not just a cat, because this would be really embarrassing.
You're having this standoff. And it stays like kind of where it is for a moment. Its tail flickers a little, swishes back and forth. And then you hear the sound of dogs barking. And a howl in the night. And the cat like kind of puffs up and then just darts away from you, away from the cabin. Back into
Robbie drops to their knees and just starts sobbing. Buries their head in their knees.
Inside the cabin.
Back to the cabin.
You all have a decoder and a piece of paper. And you've had some time amongst all of you to start looking at it.
Think, brain blast.
Who do we think? Do we want to be silly and pull cards about it? Or does someone think that they have a character who would have figured it out first?
Who's leading the charge in decoding?
Would have been a chance that Patty could have done it, but he's like catatonic almost.
Yeah, Patty didn't take the news about your attack very well, Elijah.
Yeah. Well, I have experience coding stuff, so.
Dior's trying really hard to put all of the puzzle pieces together. I don't know if she's smart enough to crack this, which sucks. I was the first one to get it.
Kate was in fact the first player to crack the code, which is very funny. But it could be a group
night.
It could be a group effort. There's, 4 of you in there right now.
Yeah, I think 4. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to try, she's like, wait, give me that triangle. What?
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
We could pull for it.
Wait, what was that note with the DVD? Something about P's and Q's? Is that anything?
That's on the back of the triangle.
Oh, it's on the back of the thing. Great.
Dior's been holding up the front of it, looking at the letters, and then like everyone else is seeing on the back where it says "Mind your P's and Q's."
I don't. Wait, P and Q aren't on here anywhere. Oh. Okay. Right? No. And she's just gonna sit there for a while, like turning it. Like Rapunzel with her little sun flag.
I think after a while, Elijah was like, okay, hold up. Let me see this. And then also was like, and you go ahead and take this and hands you Tabitha's diary, notebook, whatever you want to call it.
Oh.
And go like, I don't think I should be the person to read that. Yeah, I haven't been taught much, but I have been taught a boy should not read a girl's diary. So
Okay.
here's this. You do what you want with that. I'm gonna take these and do my best to decode this. And then Elijah kind of looks at everything, goes over to Patty. Hey Patty. You do we can hey, you good? You okay? You good? I'm just hoping to see if we can go at this together. I know how to code stuff, but like you know more about the supernatural stuff. Yeah. You need a second? You need a second?
No, let me see what you have.
Sure, let's go. Here. Just based off of the pictures, I think we just use this to like rotate and it'll help us spell words, I think.
Okay. Well, the direction of the triangles obviously means something.
Yeah.
So it's important to understand
I
which
think
way is actually up for that, and I'll point
Yeah.
at the Cracker Barrel triangle.
Yeah.
And kind of like look at it for a second. Shall I pull a card to attempt to?
Listen, you guys put in the work yourselves to actually figure this out, so we're not going to make you pull cards for it.
Yeah, this
over
is
the
a
course
Yay!
over the course of the next hour or so, you guys are able to figure out and crack the code of the Cabin 6 triangles. You learn that turning the triangle each way the line is represented shows you which part of the 4-part dot is the letter you're looking for. And you are able to translate the note. Would someone like to read out what you all figured out?
Okay, considering you're the first one to crack it, would you like to go ahead and read it?
Yeah. So there were a couple of waterlogged spots on the note, which were intentional like design things, but also that broke off some of the words. So I did fill in the spots a little bit. Other spots are broken. So it says essentially Brunton took tape player in storage to keep recording information until blank back. So be careful. The tapes recorded over, hide them blank, write notes blank, cabin 6 code. Okay. So Brunton took tape player to storage 2, keep recording information until someone is back. Be careful, the tapes are recorded over, hide them. I don't think any of us got what the waterlogged words were.
It probably would have been impossible with the amount of damage to the paper.
Yeah.
That's where your luggage is.
And then, is that where the luggage is?
I think
Storage. My luggage is in storage B.
Oh.
Storage 2?
AKA B, I would think.
You have no idea how old this note is.
Maybe they probably named it something different, unless they have completely different storage units that we don't know that are numerical. Also, the tape recorder says mess hall.
The cassette
The-
tape says mess hall.
Yeah, the cassette tape says mess hall.
Mess hall.
Till 6,
can-
14, 17.
We can go in there without getting in trouble.
We would definitely get in trouble. We are explicitly told that we can't go. Well, we could go into the mess hall area. We
To
can't go
eat.
behind
Hmm.
we can't go in the kitchen.
But we don't know if whatever we're looking for is in the kitchen. And
No.
this note, I mean, the DVD is from 2017. So, which, by the way, that was definitely Baron's last year here as a camper.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I think Baron knows, at least if she didn't know what was going on in 2017, because she was never a cabin 6 camper. And I think the triangles are a cabin 6 thing. She said she was in cabin 2 and then cabin 4. Cabin 2 is the violent cabin. I don't know what cabin 4 is yet. So she was never a cabin 6 camper, so she may not know exactly what's going on. I think we've been harking on her a little too hard. But I think she may know, like, whoever Sammy and these other people are that were like involved. So we might be able to like get more information out of her without her knowing anything, if that makes any sense.
Probably, but you said there
You
was
all hear the
other
front
triangles,
door
right?
open.
Yeah, Robbie just walks in holding dragging the toilet brush behind them.
Patty was like, he like bowed up, like fight or flight, as soon as he heard anything new enter the area. And as soon as he saw it was Robbie, his shoulders like barely relax. Patty is very visibly on edge, by the way. Like more than you guys have seen.
Yeah, Robbie clocks that and just points the toilet brush and goes, "What's up with you?" Clearly having like cried a lot. Their eyes are puffy, they're shaking, they're holding the toilet brush, but they're gonna deflect anyways.
We're learning some new stuff about this. We figured out.
Oh, we figured out what the triangles are.
And the tape cassette. And I am also deflecting to focus on the puzzle.
Yeah. Oh,
Robbie is gonna like their eyebrows are gonna frown and go, "Yeah, but you're not fazed by that sort of stuff. So like, what's wrong?" Seriously, none of you are. And kind of gives a sigh of like, "I have to do everything around here."
well,
And it's gonna pop a squat next
There's
to
been
Andy.
there's been a lot going on. Like, you just kind of ran off, and there's been a lot that's going on. So I'm.
You
Patty,
take
are
a look at
okay?
Robbie, who's clearly been also going through it, and she's just gonna shoot daggers.
Robbie, did you cover
SpongeBob
up your
sad
arm
sound.
before coming back?
I think if anyone looked close enough, you could definitely see a bit of toilet paper sticking out their sleeve, but they've definitely put their hoodie back on. But you can clearly see, like, they've got like tear marks and things like that.
Yeah.
They're holding a weird. Clearly, something's happened.
The thing that we think the ghosts are dead previous campers.
Oh, yeah. So good news. The monsters under our bed don't want to hurt us. It's the shadows that want to stop them from helping us. They're definitely all dead kids, former cabin 6ers.
You just see
the one
Robbie's face begin to crack as you say
The
they
one
don't want to
under-
hurt anybody.
The one under my bed actually was really cool and helped me. There's the triangles, and she goes and like scrambles to find more triangles that are on this side. Completely oblivious to whatever's happening with Robbie right
Boys'
now.
side or girls' side?
They're on the boy side.
I don't like that
so-
you asked that question. Anyway, it's fine. We're all gonna
different
die.
shit.
The triangles that you found under Elijah's bed read camcorder with a sort of like a space between cam and quarter. Like it's just camcorder.
I'm sorry.
CAMCORDER.
I'm sorry. It's hilarious. Me, the technology guy, is underneath.
We've typecasted each of you.
And then
Oh.
under another bed, you actually find scratched marks that are not in triangle font, but instead just say Indy was here.
Who's Indy?
We don't know.
I did want to ask really
Well-
quick, Elijah,
Yeah, what's up?
did you make that kind of like hidey hole when you first showed up at camp, or was that here before?
We never went over that.
Up to you. Do you think you
think-
would have ripped open the floorboards, or do you think that you
Well-
would have found a crooked one?
I think I would have found a good place to do it. Like I made it, but it was pretty already loose. As if like someone had done it before, they tried to fix it, and then I just kind of was like, this is the best place for me to do it.
Because my thought process was, if they're going through all the trouble of hiding these scratches, if that existed before we got here, there may have been a chance that there were other triangles there. But if you made that, there probably wasn't.
I think it was just the easiest floorboards for me to pry up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I just wanted to cover all of our bases.
Oh,
Our
yeah,
P's and
my-
Q's.
My dead kid didn't know what the triangles were. So whatever has been going on a lot longer than 2017, which is like that's so long, guys. That's like 50 years.
I'm going to be real honest here, DR. Kind of weird that you're now referring to the dead kid as your dead kid.
Well, it was the one under my bed. I don't know if we all have different dead kids. Under
Okay,
our
can we
beds.
just keep Dior, I appreciate you attempting to crack this, but I need everybody to listen to me.
Yes.
Those dead kids they might be trying to help. They might not know what they're doing, but don't let them touch you. Because and it's just gonna like take a deep breath and just peel back the top of their hoodie.
Oh,
Hey James, do you want to describe what Hannah's arm looks like now?
Well, you all heard what I said earlier, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's worse.
Ew.
The
Yippee!
the the description for necrosis, which is something that can happen to the human body when a whole, slew of things happen that can cause necrosis. But no matter what caused this, there is a distinct mark at Robbie's elbow, like 4 to 5 fingers grabbed and pulled down, and at each point there is a cracking of the flesh where a black edge has met and now yellow liquid seeps out from between the cracks.
It's just Robbie just looks at Dior and just goes, "Still think they're here to help?"
Okay, well, it did try to grab me, but then I swatted its hand away, and then it was.
I
don't know.
grab the hand that she's gesturing with to inspect it.
Dior's hand looks a little red.
And is just going to point to it and then point back to my arm.
No, it's like hot out. It's heat. What?
Jensen, you had something?
Oh God!
Where's Baron?
The
She left.
counselors left.
Okay. So, we should leave, right?
I wouldn't screwballs back. Sorry, I just
Yeah, no, that's yep.
toilet brush. It ran
is
off and
night.
the dogs are out. Patty, you're freaking me out here. Usually you're the level-headed one and you don't seem okay. So if you're not okay, then the rest of us really aren't okay.
You're gonna call me crazy like everybody else.
I think we're past that point, Patty.
Whatever is going on, I think we should all just be so upfront about everything. Because if you saw a weird bug thing and my hand's gonna fall off now, we need to know what's going on.
Yeah, wait.
Patty tenses again when Dior mentions bug thing.
Yeah, Patty.
What happened with the bug thing?
Well, based on what Elijah told me about what showed up and attacked him, I think we're dealing with the Mothman.
Like the meme?
And
Like Big Chungus? Like
I'm so glad somebody said it.
like Mothman. There's no need to feel that like that guy.
second, I gotta recoup here.
broke him.
How long have you had that in the chamber?
So long, dude.
Oh my god.
So long.
Does Mothman have like weird shadow powers? Is Mothman a shadow daddy?
Does he like fire?
Why are you so scared of Mothman?
Doctor.
Sorry, is this like a Bloody Mary situation or like a Voldemort? Like we can't say its name or it's gonna appear.
No, it's
Okay.
Mothman in and of itself is a bad omen. All right. Now we talked about curses before. Is the daddy of them all. There's legends going back years. Horrible disasters have been falling whenever somebody spots him. Based on what you said, Elijah, I don't know what the fuck the deal is with a former camper maybe like appearing like pot Mothman. That's news to me, which scares me more.
Listen, it was appeared like a little girl.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Okay, so maybe that has to do with like the weird bug people, but the one that Robbie and I saw in the woods and what's under at least my bed, maybe all of our beds, is like doesn't have eyes and like has a huge gaping mouth. Is that Mothman?
No, that's a ghost.
That kind of looks like the thing from that one horror movie.
I don't think that we're dealing with one of the same kind. I think this whole place is infected and is like just pointing to the ground, to the cabs. This whole place, there is a blight on this land, and I think just being here is cursed.
We need light.
And I'm already gonna die, clearly, kind of raising up their arms.
Yeah, wait.
I kind of, I understand, and I don't know what to do, Patty.
Robbie, you remember every time you have said that, Patty has been reassuring to say you're not gonna die.
Oh, shit.
Patty says nothing.
Wait,
He says
but, like,
nothing.
Why isn't that healing?
I think Robbie almost said that just to like get a little bit of that reassurance back, and when you don't give it, they just start chuckling.
Oh.
But like everything else that has happened to us is healed. Shows her scar. Like we're all just weirdly miraculously. Why isn't your arm healing?
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. We don't even know. We're all gonna die.
We gotta go. We can go to your grandpa. We have proof.
We need to get your arm treated. We can't just
This
leave
needs
that.
immediate
Who am I gonna
medical
tell?
attention at least. No, we gotta.
I don't know.
we
Just
gotta
say you got a
fucking
weird
go.
bug bite.
I'm lighting
Oh
a
yeah,
torch.
this looks like a one hell of a fucking bug bite.
Yeah,
Starting
there's
a
a
fire.
spider
Got an
Nobody
anthill
stop
on my
me.
arm.
Nobody stop me. We need light. We need light.
It is going down to the bone.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna let it keep happening?
Do you think they don't already know?
That your arm is about to fall off?
No, Robbie's right. They're fucking in on it, or they're idiots.
If
So
I
we
tell
need
them,
to
so if I go to the medical center, you're gonna tell me I'm not gonna fucking disappear? I'm gonna end up not like Tabitha? No, if I'm gonna die the normal fucking way. I'm not gonna let them take me like they did her.
You all
They didn't take Tabitha. We saw Tabitha die.
You all hear a creak in the girl's side of the cabin.
Toilet brush
I'll run.
at the
I would
ready.
like-
Toilet brush.
I would like to
My
pray
weapon of
and
choice.
hope that my grandpa did what he said he would try to do, and I would like to look under my bed and see if he left me anything.
Okay, we'll get to Dior in a moment. You look under your bed, and you find a wooden pole. It is not a full stick. It's not a broom handle. It's not nothing. It looks like someone has unscrewed the head from a toilet plunger and has left you just the wood.
Okay. And I will take as far up on the edge of it as I can and snap it on the side of the bed to make as pointed of a weapon as I can.
Pull a card.
Okay. Oh, God.
Oh
But
Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Let's go.
you all watch
Patty the vampire killer.
as Patty. This shouldn't have worked like this until you realize as you are bringing it down on the bedpost, there are score marks already placed in the wood. As you crack
Let's
it
go,
down
Gramps.
on the bed frame, and it snaps into a perfect diagonal so that it has a near point on both sides. 2 stakes.
I would like to give one of them to. Did you already run in there?
Yeah, I'm out.
I go up to Robbie, and I yank the toilet brush out of their hand, and I give them the other stake.
Dior.
Mhm.
You go running into the girl's side of the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
You look around,
Mm-hmm.
and you see nothing in here. But you begin to hear that creak again. And you look toward the back of the cabin, and you see that the screen window you once pushed open to sneak out has once again opened. And is creaking just a little with the wind pushing it in the darkening light.
If I look out it, is there anything there?
You see a light in the woods.
Kiki, why are you like shocked and
no, because
scared?
the music
The
hits
music's
so
hitting.
perfectly.
Oh,
Perfect.
I have it
You
down
gotta
low
get in on the
'cause,
tunes.
I have it. Oh, I was like, why can't I can barely hear it. Anyway,
There's a light.
is it like a firelight, like a flashlight, like a weird glowing eyes light? Describe the light for me, dude.
Some would call it swamp gas. There's no swamp here, though. It is a crackling, lightning-like light that is too slow to be lightning, that fizzles in one place and fades between trees, bouncing back and forth.
Guys,
Jensen
I'm
is
not taking my eyes
hurriedly
off it.
trying to make a fire. Jensen, again, if you are taking the time to do so, it will be a card pull.
Okay. Okay. 7.
Nice.
You are able to make embers, which you know
Okay.
will be able to turn into a fire so long as you keep them alive, which means making
Can
sure they
I-
don't get wet or blown out.
I'm piling
Can
on
I
the
alight
toilet
the
paper.
bottom of my fucking toilet brush? Can I pour the perfume that I have and make like a fucking torch?
Not
I
my
mean, like it's
perfume.
wet from toilet paper, but or it's wet from the toilet bowl. But then,
And I think it dried out on the way. I
Flammable.
mean, they're made of plastic, usually.
yeah, if you give it like a good shake,
I will assist and wrap
Are you
toilet
guys
paper
going to
around
do
it
this
and
Here
Oh,
in
okay.
the cabin?
I mean, I was
Uh,
gonna
space.
tell me
I was
there's a
gonna
window
basically
open.
light it up and then stick it out the window to like see if it would ward off the thing that Dior is currently shouting at.
Okay. If
Things
you all
don't
would
like
like to do
fire.
that, you will consume pretty much all of the perfume you have to do so.
My stuff too.
Okay.
Are you using your soaked items, or are you...
I'll
No,
definitely use
Robbie
the.
will volunteer mine.
I'll throw anything I can get on there. Pillowcase. I'm not. The can isn't out, but
Okay. So you take some fabric that you have stashed, wrap it around the toilet brush. Robbie, you pour the rest of your perfume onto it.
Yeah.
And Jensen, you light it with your embers. And you do watch as it smokes, sputters, and
Oh,
puffs into flame.
hey. And I seem different. Can I carry this? I'm gonna pull out my
Sure,
Axe
Jensen.
bottle spray. Everything's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Yo.
Trusting Jensen, because he's not let me down yet. Hand it over. Gonna
Are
walk
you-
over to Dior to check out this window.
You all can see from where you are that the light is somewhat a distance from the cabin. It's not close enough for even the light of the fire to reach it.
Something opened the window.
Did
And the window
something
is
crawl
pointed.
out or crawl back in?
I don't know. I haven't stopped looking at that, whatever it is, 'cause I don't want it to disappear.
Can I inspect the window to see if like anything like dust has been moved off to see which like if something did crawl in it would leave a mark?
Pull a card.
Okay.
Hey.
9.
You
I don't like how many number cards I'm pulling because that's gonna get real bad real quick.
you take a look at the window and you see there's no sign of dust being pushed off of it since you guys left it. It's your own shoe prints on the window pane.
Fuck.
You would surmise that nothing came from inside to go out, and nothing crossed the barrier to come in.
Okay. Well, that's a comfort.
That light in the
So-
distance continues to move forward and back.
So maybe the
I think-
wind just blew it open?
I think that that theory would make sense anywhere else, Dior, but not here. Jensen?
I'm got the light up in the corners. I'm sweeping the place. I'm taking a look around, see if they find anything that has snuck in. Especially if there's a fucking cat running around.
You don't hear any
What?
scratching. You don't hear any
What?
movement.
What color is the light? Is it green, blue? What are we working with?
It's like a pale bluish white in the tree. Back and forth, back and forth.
You know, I used to hear stories about will-o'-the-wisp in the woods. This kind of blue light that would lead, typically dead spirits, would lead people places that they needed to go. I
So
think
we should
maybe
go.
we should. I mean, I don't know. There's also like other stories where they lead people to their death, so it's kind of like a coin toss sort of situation. But I think, look, I'm already screwed. I'm willing to follow it,
Elijah.
or at least go check it out.
Earlier, you guys said when we reached the cabin, Joey looked up and saw a guard at the guard tower.
Mhm.
Can I look out the window from like the front and see if there's a guard in the guard tower?
You look out the front window and you can see the guard in the guard tower is doing his normal, like, look and turn, look and turn, look and turn. It's very patterned.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
I don't think Tabitha would hurt us. Might be Tabitha.
I mean, my friend under the bed apparently is trying to get me, so I don't know anymore. I don't trust
I don't know
any
if
of
they
this.
mean to, but
That's
I
fair.
think
I
people
really. Let's go.
Plus, your friends under the bed don't look like that.
No.
I want to go.
so
Let's go.
let's go. And Dior hops out the window.
I wait to see if Elijah's
Robbie
coming.
goes right behind. I'm gonna grab like, I don't know if there's any material here that I could use as like a weaponry. I'm gonna make sure that because she has a couple of like pencils and things like that. They're gonna be extra sharp. She's gonna like snap them into like dagger wielding what Patty's got. It's like a big staff, like mini stakes.
Important question: are they graphite pencils or colored pencils?
They're graphite pencils.
Okay, proceed.
Understood.
Elijah and
Okay.
Patty, are you joining? It's okay to say no. Self-preservation is a good thing.
Well, that's the last time I was alone.
There's
Of course, there
there's
are
confliction
consequences.
here because like Patty under normal circumstances would absolutely go without a second thought, but it's like he has history with what at least one of these perceived threats is, and he's very scared of it. So like
I mean,
he might not even believe that that thing is associated with the Mothman, but the very thought that the Mothman is anywhere near this camp has him like terrified to go outside. Uh,
Elijah will go.
he might stay back.
Elijah's gonna go.
all right. Elijah goes. Jensen, are you staying or are you going?
People go off. We're 1 out of 2 for people going off and being killed if they're alone, dude. Come on.
You remember what happened the last time one of your friends went into the woods? Drifted a little too far from the group, Patty.
We'll pull out the Axe bottle spray.
The sinking feeling that if you just tracked her a little bit faster, maybe Tabitha would be okay.
Patty feels the weight of the badge in his pocket. And he reminds himself that the Mothman has taken 2 good people out of his life. And he doesn't want to be, fear or no, the reason that more are taken. So he'll white knuckle his plunger stick dagger and he'll take a step outside.
All right.
Let's do this.
You all mark the guard's movement by the sight of his flashlight and sneak into the woods. This crackling light makes no sound, and it dances between the trees in an unpredictable pattern. It would be so easy to get lost. But after a few minutes of following, because it continues to move farther and then back and then farther, drawing you in, you realize this path is not unfamiliar to you, because you walked it the night you lost Tabitha. That same embankment that was fallen down, that same tree that was moved by. Who's leading the charge? Jensen? Dior? The 2 of you are up front. And you are the first ones to notice a familiar set of rocks. Something that you wouldn't mind elsewise, but that is deeply familiar to you because it's where something stood in the dark and shadows right before it took your friend. And there's no sign of blood. There's no corpse. But there, glittering in the grass, just a couple strands of badly dyed hair. And something sharp and pointed.
I look up.
Trees.
Hmm.
But if either of you approach, let me know. Dior, you move toward, and you can see on the ground a couple strands of hair wrapped around a sharp barb of an iridescent, almost scaled variety.
Does it look like the barb of the thing? Can I look at her? Are the lights gone, or are the lights still here?
The lights have trailed off into the distance and turned, and you can see them crackling at just the edge of a cabin. Storage 2. Storage B. Whatever they're calling it these days.
Guys. Sorry, Elijah. She's really gone. Jensen, I think this was her.
I'll reach out for the scale.
You pick up a barb. It seems to be broken off at the end, but it's about 5 or 6 inches long. Needle sharp at one end. Iridescent.
Patty? Can back up.
God, Patty, what could it have been? You've never heard of anything like it. It's not the quill of a chupacabra. It's not the tooth of a Mongolian death worm. It's something terrifyingly different. Something you don't even know about. The light disappears. What do you do?
Dior messes with the designer friendship bracelet that Tabitha gave her. There's something in storage 2, storage B, whatever, and it's not just my luggage. There's something going on here. If we want to figure out how to stop it, we need to figure out what's happening.
Let's go.
Something brought us here and is leading us there. Robbie, I know you're scared, and I know there's a lot happening. But maybe we can find a way to fix this. Okay?
Okay.
I'll lead towards storage B.
Yeah, start walking.
You all see a door. Oh, go ahead.
You go towards storage B. Dior, Robbie, you've been in this path in the daylight before. As you're walking, Jensen, in the lead, you trip over something. Having not been here before, maybe you don't know, just didn't see it. Peeking out of the sand just a little bit. It's a bone. An upside down tooth, perhaps. Robbie, if you were to look at it, well, being an expert in taxidermy, you recognize a deer skull anywhere. You start following the lines of the jaw, you can make out where it would go down into the antlers, but it's pretty buried in the sand. Sorry, the mud.
Robbie will crouch down and, dust a bit off. I mean, the antlers might be useful.
They're pretty, the head is upside down into this mud. You can see the teeth and, the jaws. There's no bottom jaw, just the top. You could see, one of the antlers peeking out from the mud, but the rest seem to be sunken underneath. You can maybe get a tooth loose if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll take a tooth. Can I determine anything else about the cause of death? I mean, pretty good at that sort of thing. Any weird markings or scratches?
Sure. Draw me a card.
Three.
Good. You're an expert at this. You go and look for a cause of death. You don't see anything on the head, but as you start to kind of excavate the area, You see some signs of like bumps that are vertebrae. You can see a rib poking out. It's easy to see as someone who knows what in the dead bodies and the bones, the remnants of animals. It looks like it had been attacked. A sharp puncture to a rib, a few to the spine. Perhaps it was rogue arrows. Perhaps it was dog teeth. Hard to say. It's easy to see that it is resting easy now. And the cabin's not far. Storage too is only maybe 15 feet away.
I'm gonna crack a rib so that I have essentially like a tooth, like I have a dagger of bone. I'm gonna take it with me and I'm gonna head to storage.
Yeah, you take it. As the rest of you approach storage B, storage 2, again, whatever they're calling it these days, you come back to what would be a familiar sight to Robbie and Dior of a door with an electro keycard lock.
We need any and all lighters we can find. Ooh.
Elijah?
Give me a second. Let me try to take this apart.
I'm hacking into the mainframe.
Elijah, my love, we need
Yes.
only one card from you. This is your specialty.
Get the orange soda.
Believe in you.
Success.
Oh.
Let's go.
Hi. Let's go.
This
You
reshuffle
pull-
has me fucking on edge.
Let's go, Smiley.
You pull your tools from within your jacket. You get to work, and it is so simple to simply reset the device. Who needs to know the code if it doesn't know the code itself? You all hear an electronic tink as the code resets to what you know, Elijah, is 0000.
Look at mint. Mint.
All right, we got it. Come on, let's go in.
I'm
Crack
gonna-
open the door.
Several zombies. I'm just kidding.
God damn
Oh,
it.
I was like, yeah, sure.
I will stamp out. Oh,
Fuck you.
No, I wouldn't say zombies. He would describe them first,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, because you guys
are
the GMs.
oh God, Robbie's a zombie.
Stop. Anyway,
Don't manifest that.
I will.
Don't
I will.
manifest that.
Right, my bad. I will stomp out my.
Don't give him ideas.
listen,
my
Dragula's a
torch.
great song. However, we don't need Rob Zombie just yet.
Gosh.
I will
I'm gonna
stomp
get
out
a
my torch
message
as
at like
flame
3
pillars.
o'clock tomorrow night, just Kiki and James having cuddled in bed, being like,
Being
so we
like,
have an
we were
idea.
lying in bed thinking
were
about you
thinking.
and your character again.
Tell the whole chat how we work. You can't tell the whole chat.
Suddenly, you're really
Living
interested
dead
in
girl.
bass guitar. Anyway,
So, you all open the doors to storage B. And you smell the dust and the mildew immediately. And you see shelves and shelves and shelves of dusty suitcases and backpacks and unreclaimed goods.
Stay grouped.
Among them, some of Dior's bags.
Some.
Not all. Some.
Some.
They
I don't even
stole
think I
it.
could fit all of it in here, to be honest.
On the
Crash
shelf,
out of the century.
there are
My friend's dead, but my luggage is missing.
there are several shelves in here, some marked, one of which, including the one that has Dior's bags on it, says Cabin 6.
Stay grouped.
She runs and opens up the first
God
suitcase she sees.
Damn it. Okay.
I saw some hands. Elijah, you had your hand up.
Do I see Tabitha's bag there?
No,
No.
you don't.
Oh,
right.
that is actually smart.
That's so fucking smart, dude.
Big brain. I give it to you.
Yeah, big brain. We won't make you drop for that. You do not
wanna
see
do
her
something?
stuff.
Sorry. Jensen,
No.
did you want to do something?
Oh, I made sure to stomp out the torch to
excellent.
because
We'll note that.
sprinklers.
It is
Okay.
harder to see in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
Um,
for lighters, any kind of lighters, matches. I'm going through shit, but trying to stay close to the
Alright.
group.
Robbie's guarding the door to make sure no one's coming. Antler dagger at the ready.
You go to
Oh.
a suitcase, you said?
So I think I'd be looking for my purse. What had my cell phone in it?
And you
Okay.
don't see your purse.
They took my phone.
You do find your bag with your on in it.
You do find your designer bugs.
My designer bug spray.
The most
ants,
important thing.
mosquitoes, and wasps. Patty, you had something.
I was gonna grab Elijah and ask him to help me find a tape player because we know that it's probably in here.
Yeah, no problem. Let's go through some older bags.
Okay.
Yeah, the older bags might have that.
If the two of you are working together, what do you think, Kiki? Only one card rather than two?
Only one.
Only one. So choose one of you to make the pull.
Oh,
I'll
God.
do it if you don't
Yeah,
want.
you go ahead and pull that if you want.
Nice. Yes.
All
Nicely
right,
done.
all right. It's a
Yes.
valid use of an ace. It's a valid use of an ace.
Let's go.
Pat,
Efficient.
Elijah knows what he's looking for as the technology mind, but you have the eyes of someone who's used to combing through evidence lockers. I mean, back when you were a kid, your dad brought you every Bring Your Child to Work day to this precinct, and you were so excited to go in the cage. I mean, who doesn't know a place called the Cage, right?
Best days of my life.
And he used to show you off to everyone at every desk. And there was even one notable time. You were young. You were so young, but somebody had lost something in the evidence locker. They were complaining about it. And while you were in there, you spotted it fallen behind another evidence box and you were able to drag it out. That day, 3 officers told you saved the case. And that's the same exact feeling you have as you look at one particular shelf and you see an old, dusty, beat-up cassette player. Just the right size for the cassette you all have found.
For realsies?
For
For
realsies.
realsies.
The production
strings
value on the
attached.
set is crazy.
I found this by accident.
Also, yeah, I have.
Okay.
Oh,
Boom. And I'll grab
Let me
that
think, is there anything else we needed to look
and
for?
bring it to the
Awesome.
rest of everybody.
good. Cool. Also, while we're here, can I just search for some batteries? Just real quick.
Anybody who would like to find a type of item may pull 2 cards to successfully find those items.
And think of me.
Ooh.
Is it worth your life?
Yep.
Okay. Glad that was an easy
No
choice for you.
hesitation.
6.
All right. He doesn't have any jokers on him
7.
yet. Excellent. Deal or no deal?
7.
7.
Nice. 2 sevens.
Jack.
Ooh.
Okay.
We'll get
Jensen,
to that in a second.
you find a lighter.
Oh, thanks.
It is a small white Bic lighter. You shake it. The
Oh.
butane doesn't seem all the way full.
I gotta find another one. These ones are the unlucky ones. Ever there was a time. Jensen raises his voice for the first time.
I want to look for an item, but that means the door goes unguarded, so I'm gonna have Robbie stay where they are.
I'll swap places.
can-
I'll switch with you because I've got my shit and I'm armed now.
Okay.
You can put like you could say that you're looking for an item, or if you wanted to swap, you could. Other people can look as well.
Interesting. I'm if they find any medical supplies, I want like cleaning fluid, like hydrogen peroxide.
Oh,
Like anything
okay.
like that.
if you're gonna
Maybe
pull
I
for
think
it,
you're past that point.
Bitch.
We don't know that.
Vaseline.
Just like, actually you're fucked.
Take 2
We're gonna give it a
take 2
go.
Advil and you'll be fine.
She doesn't want to go to the nurses because she thinks the nurses are in on it. So is going to attempt to swap with Jensen, is going to attempt to find some kind of medical supplies here, not only for themselves but also Dior possibly in the next couple days. First pull.
Joker.
Oh, I have to update my tab now.
That's your
That's
second
unfortunate.
Joker.
Is that 2? Oh,
That's
your
2 out
second
of 3,
Joker.
baby. Reshuffle your deck.
I'm glad we kept going a little late.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do.
Do I have to pull the second one?
No, you're done.
Oh,
Don't say it like that.
that's
Wow.
fun.
Don't fucking say it like that.
All right.
Oh my
This
God,
actually
Robbie's
makes
gonna die.
something else a little easier because Elijah, you just searched for something. But so we'll mix those two together in a moment. Dior, were you searching for anything in specific?
I wanted to rile through the leftover and forgotten luggage and bags and belongings on cabin 6's shelf.
Okay.
That's
But are you I need something specific you're looking for.
Oh, what was the name? Sammy? Sammy was one of the names that was mentioned in our notes. And
Amy
Indy.
and Riley.
Sammy, Riley, and Indy. I'm looking for anything belonging to any of them.
Okay. 2 cards.
You got this.
What is
Are
that? A
you-
Jack or a King?
That's a Joker.
Oh, I love when we go long too.
All right.
no. Oh no.
God, you wish you had an ace right now.
Dior.
Chat.
This is how we do
Two jokers. It's okay. We can get matching graves.
Isn't that
The
cute?
The fact that
You can
we
be
both
besties.
just pulled cards in a row and they were both Jokers.
Both jokers.
Well, you
We're
both get to
fucked.
reshuffle your deck, and you don't have to pull anymore.
Yeah.
That is a fail.
Yay.
Is Elijah
Uh,
gonna be like the only person alive in this? Like,
Hey, Patty, are you satisfied with just finding the recorder, or do you want to pull some cards? Because I'll go through for 3.
I
I'll
shouldn't
take Elijah
do
or
what I am
Jensen. I
about
don't
to
have
do.
any yet.
I shouldn't do it.
What do you want to do?
But
Oh,
the
wait,
words
wait,
camcorder were very clearly coded in the cabin based on the information that we went over. So despite my better judgment, I'm going to pull for camcorder. See if I can find camcorder.
It's you and me,
Give me
dog.
2.
Dab it up. Let's.
You got it, dog. That's a 7.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Okay. You ready for this? This is gonna be fine. We're all totally fine. Everyone, deep
mhm.
breaths. Blue egg 8. We're dead.
That's a king.
That's a king.
Well, this makes things so much easier.
He's just not a Joker.
Oh my
So-
god.
So let me get
Very
this
well.
Boy.
Things were going so right for so long and just
We were doing so well.
So-
And who are you helping, my
Wait,
love?
wait.
Oh, Annie just sent in the chat that someone has received an ace.
Whoever's
So-
next.
Oh god.
We're gonna do. How about this, Kiki? You tell me if this is fair. They all just pulled. There's
Mhm.
no other cards to be pulled this evening. This has ended the situation they're about to have. Do we allow them to use this as a group ace so that we mitigate some damage? Actually, no. We'll leave you with something that you've been wanting if you choose to use this ace now. Promise.
Something we've been wanting. That's so vague.
I don't like that.
Robbie's been wanting the sweet release of death, so let's get a little bit more specific.
I am here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, let's burn the ace. Fuck it. I'm already
Let's
gonna
burn
die.
it.
I think that's multiple yeses. I need at least 3 for group consensus.
Please raise your hand
I
if you
don't
would like,
like
to vote
the
yes.
smile on your face, James.
What
This
else
is
are we
just
gonna
my
do with
face.
it? So what are
Please.
our options?
Well, you can save the ace for the next person who pulls a card next week, because you all already pulled your cards. That's the rules. Or you can use the group ace.
I feel
And
like the
Kiki and
stakes
I,
are really
having
high
discussed
right
what will
now.
happen, can mitigate some damage and give you something good at the end.
I just
Keep
wanna-
in
At this
mind-
point, I think you just pulled a king. That's outside force. I think we need to burn the ace to get ourselves out of here
Yeah,
unnoticed.
yeah. I was about to say I wanna just say something You pulled the king, outside force. You pulled the joker, overall bad things for the entire party. I pulled the jack, was an injury to myself.
Hey,
And two of us pulled jokers, a jack and a king. We need to burn that ace to get ourselves out of here.
We are cooked if we get caught.
Yeah. So.
But
Yeah.
We should use the ace
if we
now.
are caught, they're gonna discover the necrosis, which, hey, maybe we get to go to the hospital. Okay.
I think they're gonna lock me in a bunker somewhere, dude.
fair.
If they see it.
I'm gonna be replaced
I think we
If
might
they
be in the
another
bunker.
Robbie. I'm gonna be
There's
taken
weird
home by
brain
my
puzzles.
parents.
Oh, fuck.
Gonna find my
wanna
hair
see?
somewhere.
family
Don't you-
emergency.
Don't you want to see Sherbet?
You leave Sherbert out of this, you fuck.
I'm
You keep
sitting by
their
the
name
door
out of
like,
your
"How's it
goddamn
going,
mouth.
Keep my rat's name out your
Your mouth.
Anyway.
Show of
So-
hands. Who wants to use the ace? That is majority. And Jensen
That's everyone.
halfway up, like, oh
Yeah,
well.
I'm not really there. I'm here.
Excellent.
I'm watching the door.
What's going to happen next can be no more intervened than the narrative has already determined it to be. By the pull of cards.
What a sentence.
Let's see. Who's closest?
Robbie was guarding the door.
No, they switched with Jensen.
Yeah, they did.
Jensen, do you think you're quite good at guarding the door, or do you think you looked back to see what your friends were doing?
I
Can't
think.
believe we left
I
the most
think-
distractible person in front of the
well,
door.
Real talk. I'm kind of
Just a
zoned
quick
in.
question.
I've got my lighter. I would have. I didn't say this earlier, so by all means disregard this. I think I would have lit it at least once just to sharpen the brain a little bit.
Mhm.
So
Okay,
yeah, I think I
you
would be
would've
kind of
tested it, yeah.
looking.
So you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Good.
I think so.
Good. You'll be the last one. You reignite your lighter, and at the same time, everyone inside. Elijah first. You feel the rushing of wind and the shatter of glass as something reaches through and grabs you and pulls you out.
You
Large, human-like hands, but bigger than you can imagine. And it's a quick blur. You feel your arm twist and sprain. That's not gonna go away immediately, probably not anytime soon.
The same goddamn arm.
Fall against the floor. And the rest of you hear a pummel as another fist breaks through the wall. A hole now big enough for a torso to fit in. Smiley, if you look up, you see this large humanoid shape, small patches of black wiry fur. James, can you describe what burnt skin looks like?
easily. But it's the smell that hits you first. Because burnt skin doesn't smell quite like barbecue. It smells like acrid smoke and meat. Not barbecue, because barbecue is fully cooked. It smells like the act of cooking cut off. With webbing red and white and patches of black. And Elijah, you can feel the heat of it against your skin.
This skin that has been pulled tight, small patches of just strange fur, hair, hard to say at this point, stand out. And you just see them from behind. The rest of you, for but a brief moment, see this large ape-like creature reach in, grab Robbie by the throat first, and pull. Patty,
Yeah,
what's behind you?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Oh no, we mean in your room right now.
We mean right now. Behind you, Andy. What's behind you?
You are
No,
fucking kidding me.
no fucking way am I gonna get killed by
You are
Bigfoot.
supposed to help me. You bitch.
You hear You
charred
watch
Bigfoot.
as this large creature, the Sasquatch, reaches through, grabs Robbie by the throat, and pulls. And Patty, you manage to duck out of the way just in time by sheer reflex, but you see the face, the skin, the ears not quite there. Not like you would have expected, not like in all the pictures and the blurry images on the internet. No. You see what has been decayed, fractured, withered away, burnt to a crisp. And you see the face, skin pulled back on the teeth. There's no lips anymore. It's fused with whatever jaw is there. Eyes pulled completely back. There's no eyelids anymore. It's just these round orbs, bloodshot with green irises and the faintest white pupil staring daggers. It pulls Robbie through, dragging them against the glass that they've just broken, and tosses them out with Elijah. Another hand comes through, grabs Dior. You're so funny. Grabs Dior and just yanks her by the hair.
Yeah.
And pulls her through.
No.
And then you watch as it's still not fully in, but its torso taking up half of this cabin stares at you like you're next. And as it goes and reaches for you, you all hear a screech from beyond. It's not somewhere that any of you can see right now, but you hear something moving. And as that happens, this Sasquatch continues to try and claw at you desperately. At one point, it grabs you and just pulls you out by like the bare scuff of your pants. You take no damage, having prepared your entire life for this, quite frankly. You know how to do a barrel roll, just in case a Sasquatch were to attack. You do a quick, swift barrel roll and land superhero style, one knee up, one knee back. As your friends are splayed out across the remainder of the grass. Dior, your hair was pulled so hard you think your scalp might not be connected to your head entirely. There's this sore, burning pain right here at the base of your head. And if you go to reach it, you just feel soft, gooey flesh, and your fingers come back fully red. Jensen, what do you do right now? Because you're the only one.
I'm trying to get the lighter going. Do I get it going?
Yeah, you
I'm running. I'm gonna try to light.
Your Axe body spray?
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Do I?
You had it with you?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, you butane this bitch. Gain a little bit of a maniacal laughter as you do.
Wait, if it's
screeching.
holding me,
it threw you, so you're no
it
longer
threw
in
me.
its
Got
grasp.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
You feel this tight soreness around your throat, this aching.
Crack of
You've
my
been
spine
bruised
against
before.
a tree.
Yeah, you've been bruised before. You know that's gonna leave a mark, and you felt like there was just a sick crack. You try to turn your head, and it doesn't feel right. Like a sharp pain shoots up your neck. And as that happens, you hear a screech, and then the soft, gentle music of a pan flute. And you swear you hear the trees moving. The ground itself seems to come alive and roll as these roots start to uptick in the ground and push all of you away from the threat. Safely, a little bit more down the hill, closer to one of the roads. And your sight gets blurred by the trees, which seem to have moved out of their way to get you to safety. The rest of you still sustaining injuries, maybe a few branches. But for the most part, right now, you're safe. And all you hear is just the whacking of wood against something hard, a screech of, God, whatever the fuck that was. And a fight long behind you. And then you see a light coming from behind. Headlights. Like that of a golf cart, perhaps a truck. shining
Grandpa.
behind you. And if any of you turn to look around, James, what do they see?
You see a volunteer ranch golf cart. As it drives slowly up the lane, keeping to the normal speed limit, you see that it has a couple of bags packed up on the backside, a familiar shape driving in the front seat of a thicker man with a baseball cap, Coach Hall. You saw him at the lake.
Oh boy.
And sitting
Thank
next to
goodness.
him in the passenger seat,
Don't lie.
a shorter frame with a round face and fluffy hair.
What?
And as they drive past you, you all look out from the trees that you are perfectly hidden behind, unnoticed thanks to an ace, as Coach Hall drives Tabitha up the road toward the cabins.
And that's where we'll end the session.
Absolutely not.
What do you mean? What do you
We
mean?
Absolutely
already went an
not.
hour over. We can't go anymore.
What,
We can't
what do
go
you mean?
anymore.
What the
Chat,
No, but-
thank
no,
you for
but
what do you
being
mean,
here.
though?
Just being gaslit left and right.
No, I'll call out of work. Keep going.
Don't go anywhere. We're gonna do a raid.
I love you all very much, but
Papa,
we have
I want more movie.
Let's
calm.
real quick, let's do a lightning round. Tell everybody who you are. Keep it short this time because everybody's got places to be. I've had the honor of being one of your DMs for the evening. My name is James. I also go by Hugger Mugger on the internet. Check me out on Wednesdays on Pluto's Underworld as I play a superhero that's going through a hard time. And I'll pass it on to my co-DM.
The way that Met said, "How much do we have to tip for 1 more hour?" is hilarious to me. I'm sorry, you can't bribe storytelling.
You absolutely can.
No,
not in this house.
Brad.
Yeah, how much? How much,
$300.
though?
I'm just kidding. Do
Social
not-
security
do not
numbers. I
go-
got one for
I mean,
you
we'd
if
all
you
have to
want.
be.
That's
We'd all
no.
have to be getting paid. Like that's
Well, yeah, that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 300 divided by 8. That's what, like $50 a person? Something like that.
That's adorable.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're not doing it. We're not doing it, chat. No, Mets, no.
I'm sleepy.
No
Anyway,
Mets.
We love you all very much. My name is Kiki. I have been one half of your tormentors this evening. You can find me all over the internet. Kiki does stuff or Kiki do stuff right here on Twitch where I do things. James, did you go?
I did.
All right, throwing it to Katie. Kate, fuck. I don't know who I am.
We're all panicking.
Ew.
I'm sorry.
Hey, my name's Kate. You can find me at the Cloudy Kate on social media. I cosplay, I play TTRPGs, I perform, I act, I do things. I took 3 front and back pages of like standard size notebook paper of notes today, which is 6 pages of standard size notebook paper. That's a lot of notes today. And you know, during the break, I said, you know, nothing's really happened directly to Dior. And then at the end of the episode, I got scalped.
Fortunate.
You hate to see
Tossed it
it.
over to Smiley.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, King Smiley. Good to see y'all. Quickly, I'm here on Twitch. King Smiley, 2Ys _, you know the deal. You can find me also here today, tonight, Mondays, you know. I'm not gonna be able to invent stuff anymore. My arm keeps getting hurt like this. But yeah, I don't got nothing to say. Popping it over to Eddie.
This guy's a traitor. Don't trust him. Hey, I'm Andy. If you want to see me, first of all, I'm Patty, and he's scarred mentally. But if you want to see me, Andy, you can find me at ValveMag010 on TikTok and most other socials. Thanks for the trauma, which you promised you'd give us. So I guess, you know, great job. Passing it over to Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I have been Robbie Lombardi. You can find me everywhere at Hannah Plays D&D. Normally, choking's fine by me, but normally you gotta ask, or at least take me to dinner, Sasquatch. So tune in next week to watch Robbie die, I guess. We're gonna hand it on over to Sir Peppers to see us out.
Yeah, I'm Sir Peppers, the Humble Dungeon Master Longshot table. We're currently in our off season right now. Welcome in everybody who raided. I appreciate you all. We're gonna go kick it with Shane in a second, but real quick, if you enjoyed this, you should go over to the YouTube, where we are able to get that good ad revenue, frankly. And we have years and years of content. We're going to be going into season 7 in August, but do tune in tomorrow for the other summer series. It's gonna be great. And if you want to get in on the community, you can join us over on the Discord. We have bingo. Did anyone win bingo? Go ahead and post
got
your wins
bingo.
in the. Oh my god, everyone got bingo.
I got bingo. Yeah.
Great.
The cliffhangers is what got me bingo.
Nice.
He's traumatized. Jensen had a moment of confidence, and now if Robbie lifts their head, they might die. They need to stay on the floor.
Somebody gotta support my fucking neck.
Yeah. All that. Holy fuck. Y'all, it's bad. It's bad. That was brutal. This has been so good. This has been a great story so far. Yeah. Season 7, 4 campaigns a week. We got a lot of these amazing Yahoos in on it. It's going to be amazing. Tune in tomorrow. See you tomorrow. You guys are awesome. I think we got everybody. Yeah. And go follow all these amazing people. Do it. For now, pile into this raid. We're going to kick it with Shane. He's playing some Dead by Daylight. Good soup.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Amazing
Keep the
creative.
vibes
Also
going.
just got partner. So go show him some love. And